I'm your window shopper, sucker for your love. I'm wearing your goggles, virtual reality. Hello, Charky.
Hey, Cass.
Welcome, one and all, welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Virtual Insanity, a Virtual Boy retrospective episode 2. This is the show in which we play all of the Virtual Boy games available to us. First episode, I should say, we covered the launch library, as well as a history, a life and times of the console, mentioning the fact that this series was spurred on by Nintendo's revival of sorts, of a kind, of the Virtual Boy for the purposes of cynically marketing their Nintendo Switch Online service and a probably overpriced peripheral to go alongside it. But
I think $100 for some plastic isn't great value.
I think it belongs in the great value section of some fucking retail glut store type thing, maybe.
I would say give it a few months, but I think you can only buy it through like Nintendo's own storefront. So I would say expect to pay more for it on eBay once they stop selling it.
That is how it goes, isn't it? Well, we're not doing that. We're not fucking spending the money on that shit. Though I will say, I'm not usually one to comment on... I am one to comment on other streamers and other content producers. I'm one to get messy about that sort of thing. But I see that there's one that I don't usually comment on, and that's Darkside Phil, who has been doing his own series of Virtual Boy streams, wherein he doesn't show the gameplay. He shows him wearing the headset, and you just have to take his word as he paints a picture with his words of the games he's playing, which... objectively, the funniest way to stream that. That is, like, honestly a baller move. That is such a good way to show off this stupid fucking peripheral that I have to hand it to him.
It feels like 2007 YouTube. Like, you had two options back then. You would either point the camera into the Virtual Boy and get blurry footage, or just yourself and just be like, this game sucks.
Take my word for it. Yeah. If you could only see what I see. But I see us playing a bunch more Virtual Boy games tonight, for our parts. How are you doing today, by the way, Charky?
I'm a little under the weather. I think I'm getting sick for like the first time in close to 10 years. But I'm fine. I'll manage through it.
That you don't understand how furious I get when you say that you don't get sick. How jealous, insanely jealous I am of you as someone who is sick all of the time. You tell me that you haven't gotten sick in like a decade, and I'm just like...
Yep, just me and my chronic illnesses. I just don't catch bugs. That's the only thing.
All right, maybe there's a trade-off there. Maybe there's something to be said. Well, you know... when you get sick, do you do anything in particular? Do you eat, perhaps, or drink anything in particular?
Sometimes.
Would that perhaps factor in to today's episode, today's installment of the segment that brings everyone to the dance here, which is, of course, Sharky Stream Snack.
I would say it did not plan in because I knew what I was going to have for this before I started getting sick. And although it's a bit of a weird happenstance that I'm kind of having breakfast. That's kind of the theme of this stream snack. Like I have the theme for the Virtual Boy stuff, but tonight's stream snack, the food, is... oh, one second actually. Let me pull up the exact phrasing here. It is Beyond Breakfast Sausage plant-based patties. Because my food for these Virtual Boy streams is going to be fake meat, virtual meat. This isn't good. I don't like this. It does not... okay, first of all, the main issue I have for this is the texture. This is really stringy and fibrous. And that is not what I think of when I think of a breakfast sausage. I think of, like, you know, a meat-like texture and a taste of like meat, and it's lacking on the second thing too. Like the chicken ones I had last week, that tastes like chicken. I've heard the Impossible Burger tastes like beef. This, I don't know what this tastes like. The only thing I'm really kind of tasting, and that is giving the impression of breakfast sausage, is that it's greasy. And even then, it doesn't taste good. It just kind of tastes like bad grease. So, ugh. Maybe...
Carmen is echoing my sentiment in chat, which is that if you're going to have a veggie patty, you don't want to try to be meats. For me, it's just like, give me that good old bean burger. But I know that you have a gimmick here. Jatsu84 in chat says, if you consider not eating fake meats, you're trying to do a thing here. You're trying virtual meats.
Yeah. Right. It's for the gimmick. After this, well, you know what? That those fake buffalo wing things I had last time, those are actually pretty good. That's the thing I wouldn't mind having again. I would probably actually go for the meat, but they were good. This, not very good. But let's now try tonight's drink. Again, accidentally breakfast, because I'm having Bones Coffee Company Holy Cannoli Cold Brew Latte. And the can has a drawing of a skeleton like Don Corleone from The Godfather, smoking a cannoli like it was a cigar.
Mamma
and the
mia. Taste
is...
Well, while you drink that, I'm going to...
Oh, I'm ready for the taste.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not picking up cannoli out of this. That's not really the flavor I would think of. I guess it kind of tastes like the vanilla vapes I used to smoke. Again, I feel like I've said that before in reference to Bones Coffee Company drinks. One of the other ones I had kind of tasted like a vanilla vape. Granted, I like those vanilla vapes, so I'm not complaining too much. But yeah, especially like the lingering aftertaste of this does taste like I just finished having an e-cigarette. Which kind of just makes me want an e-cigarette, but I shouldn't. I should just keep drinking this really heavily caffeinated coffee.
Well, if you had an e-cigarette, that'd be the virtual version of a cigarette, and would contrast nicely to me still being a smoker in the year 2026, which I just feel dumber and dumber about every day.
I should also probably not smoke in my bedroom where I sleep, so that would be another reason not to vape on stream here. Cass, what are you having?
So I know I was supposed to be holding on to that Monster Red Fruit Punch, whatever, for my end of the gimmick. I had to drink that in an emergency. I had an energy emergency, and so I'm just rocking the ultraviolet again. That's my stream snack. I also want to address a snack in the chat. One Vince Vodka Cheese. Now that's a snack right there. Who asks, "Are they in time for Jack Bros?" Yes, you are. Assuming that you mean if you stick around for the first 5 games we got to play, and then the 6th game will be Jack Bros, then yes, you are in time for Jack Bros, but it will be played 2 nights.
All right, well, just finished off those veggie sausage patties. Yep, that's bad. God, I have 3 left in the freezer. Wait, they're not in the freezer. They're sitting on the counter. I need to go back in the freezer. Uh-oh. I'm going to do that real quick. As we bring it in to Turkey Stream Snack. Actually, yeah, Jen Turkey Stream Snack. There we go.
Very good.
I do have one thing I want to say before I run downstairs, so these don't thaw out on the counter. Which is, I have a correction from last episode.
Maybe go take care of it, because I don't want you talking with your mouth full. It's bad form.
No, I swallowed. Yeah, I'm open my mouth so you can see.
Okay, very good. It checks out.
Anyway, correction from last episode. During the history section, at the part where we're talking about the current Virtual Boy shell re-release for the Nintendo Switch Online stuff, I said that you cannot play these games in 2D, that you need the accessory to play these games that you are paying $50 a month to have, not month, God, no, $50 a year for the privilege of having access to. I'm technically wrong about that. Because if you load it up without it being docked into any of those accessories, it will show the game on screen really, really, really tiny and twice. Because, if you think about it, it's obvious. Like, you have the two lenses and they're focusing the thing into one image for your brain. So you technically could play it in 2D in the span of about, like, I don't know, 2 inches on the screen. So, yes, you still kind of need the thing if you want any sort of decent experience. There's no option to blow it up, as far as I know. And also, I wanted to do a follow up. Now that people have had hands on with the system, because it had yet to come out last time, Dan Reichert on Twitter, was not Twitter, on Blue Sky, was ready to go because he posted like the image of like the Virtual Boy thing and it switched, and he's like, I'll be ready to play it the second these come out. And then an hour later, he posted, "Hey, all these games suck." uh, and then
it took him 2 minutes to figure out what's going to take us an entire long form series to find out.
And then I spoke with Shane of Rerez, who also got it, and I asked for his opinion on it, and he gave me some opinions on the kind of like the construction of the thing itself, because he has said that he's a Virtual Boy game fan in general. So like the game's good for him. The I think the price point, I think even he would admit it's pretty bad.
Oh, no shit.
But he said as far as like the actual replica Virtual Boy you get for $100, he said when putting the Switch into it, there's like this plastic scraping sound, like it's not fitting correctly, which is might not be good for the Switch if it's like scraping up against shit. Also not good for the Switch is when you close the thing, it's covering up the air vent for the Switch with the plastic. So that also might not be good if that, doesn't let the Switch cool itself correctly. However, he did say that he liked the lenses and he liked the red filter that they included, at least on the model for the replica one, because he says that it cuts down on some of like the glow effect that a modern screen would have. That's just some of that background light is going to introduce, not red, and it's going to kind of wash it out a bit. He says the red filter cuts that down, makes it look closer to like it would actually look on the Virtual Boy. So now we have some opinions out there, which are games bad from one correspondent, and then device really expensive and may not be good for your Switch.
From another.
But it looks nice.
Suikapen in chat, and then this is going to be the last thing I read before we cut to the main stage. You go ahead and take care of your thaw and business. Suikapan says that they heard the cheaper cardboard accessory lines up better with the lenses than on the hard plastic model, which is... that's just so classic Nintendo to me. All this shit is just so Nintendo that I can't help but laugh because I know I'm going to cry otherwise. And with that, we cut now to our main stage in black and red. And we're going to go ahead and play our first game of 7 of tonight, which will be golf. Just golf. Not virtual golf, not golf VB, just golf. By way of the Golf Pros TNE Soft. This one releases in Japan around August 11th, 1995, entrenching it in the second wave of Virtual Boy releases. The initial ones, those initial games we played in the first episode, all releasing in July of 1995. So this is a golf game, presumably, ostensibly. TNE Soft, known for two things, Hide-Glide and golf games. Probably more. There's probably TNE diehards out there. But, I'm also like one of the world's leading experts on Hide-Glide. And by proxy, TNE Soft. BadGameHallOfFame.com/virtual-Hide-Glide, wherein we talk about how TNE repurposed their golf game engine, one of them, to produce Virtual Hide-Glide on the Sega Saturn. But it was a modular type of engine. It was definitely a code base, a formula, a foundation that they were able to reproduce across multiple consoles, multiple hardware platforms, which leaves me to wonder, and I'll probably know once we get into the game, if this is a version of that same template that they had been reproducing at this time here in Virtual Boy Golf. Only way to know is to show.
I found more food to shove in my mouth, so to be more professional, like you said.
Oh, great, great. That's exactly what I asked for. You read between the lines. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we were 1 year of the Virtual Boy being alive off from getting a virtual highlight on the Virtual Boy.
Would have been a dream.
Hell, maybe if they did virtual highlight before golf, it would have succeeded. You know, the Virtual Boy wouldn't have been discontinued so soon.
Would have had an RPG. As it stands, it doesn't at the moment. I think the closest you get to an RPG. That's also... Okay, so we did get another note. We did get a comment on the last episode that sent me down a rabbit hole, wherein it was confirmed that the speech samples that play back in emulation here across a handful of games, not every game, but they are pitched highly. And I can't help but notice that the other game we had issues with was Red Alarm, also by way of T&E Soft, in the last episode. So I can't help but wonder if something they did specifically with the way they put sampled speech they implemented into their games, if that is like the root cause of this audio anomaly. Because it does play fine in like BizHawk, but I'm not using fucking BizHawk. That emulator sucks, especially for Virtual Boy. But I'm stalling. Just know if you hear any sampled speech and it sounds particularly pitchy, that yes.
Execute. I feel like I know the answer already, but you a fan of golf games?
No.
Yeah, I figured. I like them.
Duff? I don't remember playing this at all, let alone creating a profile under the name Duff. I'll just be batty.
You could name... I was supposed to say you could name Dorf.
Oh, that would have been good. Ooh, isn't that sick? That is kind of sick. I mean, this is you know, it's a little more than just the. They're doing some neat trickery with how the sprites are aligned, like the stand-up sprites for the trees, on top of the Mode 7-esque rotation of like that bottom layer. Go through some more of these. How many holes we got? 18. We'll start from hole 1. Seems like a good place to start.
People in chat are commenting on the Duff name, Duff McWhalen, Duff Mancampery. Just so y'all know, Duff is a term in golf when you fuck up your swing and you hit the turf. So it's a golf reference.
I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out where is the hole here.
Look up at the map.
I'm looking at the
it's
map.
Going to be that big kind of circle in the upper left-ish. I see like 2 bunkers and then like the green itself. Granted, they're the same color, but through context, I can tell that the big one is the green.
Yeah, it's just bad iconography, by my estimation. Yeah. So that's the direction. We can change our stance. We can put a little English on it. Oh, no, I did not mean to go shot. There's A and B buttons. Okay. Cheated a little bit there.
I mean, you're going to want your...
My club. I just want to see what options we got. Yeah, let's just smack this fucker into the stratosphere. Okay.
All right. You're definitely going to go out of bounds with this one, but...
Am I?
Fun.
Why?
You're curving it a really weird way. No, go for it. Have fun.
No, I wanna at least like a little. I just wanted to put like a little bit of spin on it. You're telling me this is gonna go like wildly out of bounds?
I think this should be fine. You know, I think I was actually misreading the mini-map thing. Because there's a line on it. Ooh. Do you think that's what goes through a golfer's mind? Like, right before they're gonna swing, they're like scanning the ball with their mind across all points. And
All
being
possible
like, oh, when I'm
permutations.
gonna hit it.
And then they just whiff. As I effectively did there.
No, I mean, that wasn't a super strong drive, but it got you.
I was trying to figure out
still.
the system, what they were going for. And this is typical T&E soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that with this reduction in color, I feel like the legend, the iconography here is lacking a lot.
Absolutely.
It's especially
absolutely.
difficult to delineate, like... A little stronger.
Alright, where are we at? You could get a chip in from here. What is this, a par 4? Yeah.
Okay, so
You'll probably get par at the very least.
All right, you're my caddy. What club do I go with? Oh, it switched my clubs automatically. It's one of those games. I like that. I appreciate that because I'm stupid.
Okay, you got a wind going 7 miles an hour kind of against you.
It's
here.
coming back towards me, yeah. So hit into.
So you
it.
don't have to compensate too much for that, I don't think.
So if the low end is 63 yards, the high end is 110 yards. How far away is the hole? I do not know.
Okay, so no, here's what it is. You're 63 yards from the hole. The max that you're putting your chipping wedge can hit is 110. So you're gonna be a little short there, but I don't know. Maybe the green lies a little.
You say the green. There ain't no green to be seen.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's what the tilt we're working with.
Okay. Should I just hit it from this stance, you think?
Oh, you know what's gonna be weird about this is that we're looking at this askew because we're just looking at this from one eye. So it's actually, for putting, it's actually going to be harder to tell what is dead on.
Let's wing it.
You don't need to put a lot of power on this. It might be a bit much, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit much.
God damn it.
That's definitely a bit much.
Like, I have no context for it is the problem. I have no... I mean, do I want to line it up with the...
So, you're going to want to kind of hit it a tiny bit more to the right because the green is kind of, like, slanting to the left.
Okay, that makes some amount of sense. Really underpower it, just like...
Let's see. Yeah.
What?
Okay, you switched... Oh, okay. You were technically off the green at that point, I think. So it switched you to a...
Fuck golf games.
Pitching wedge.
This shit sucks.
Todero says, you want to hit it full force at all times.
I hate that minigame. That minigame sucks. That where it like scans the dot across the ball.
Like, here's my ideal for a golf game, right? It's a 2-button system. No, it's a 3-button system. I'm sorry. You hit one button to start the thing. You hit another button when you got the power. And then you hit another button.
Why is he doing this?
Back for accuracy.
Why is he going up in the air? I'm trying to fucking putt it in. What is wrong with this asshole?
You're not using a putter at this point.
Wait, I thought it auto-switched. I thought it was fucking
auto-switching.
No,
you're not on the green.
How is that not on the fucking green? I was 9 yards away. It was right in front of me. Maybe if this was like, you know, like a fucking game with like a decent color palette, maybe it was on a console that wasn't fucking red. I could tell what the green was.
That's part of the problem. Again, you're not on the green, so bear that in mind. Like, normally I would think you would want to, like, change the angle of attack vertically to compensate for that, but I don't know how to do that with the stance system.
This is fucking brutal. I'm
Circling
passing this one
your
off to you
prey.
because I don't want to play any more of this shit. I'm not an objective measurer of this garbage. Here, putt.
I'll wrap this hole up. Close. We're gonna do the science here and find out. Okay, there's not a 10-stroke mercy rule, so we know that much.
Go to hell.
That was such a short putt that you needed to. I prefer a little, what's the word? A little grace in these things that when you're like so close to the hole, it just gives you like a, yeah, okay, tap in, you got it. All right, I got my controller.
Thank God. I'm gonna have you do one hole with this one eye red scale, and then we're gonna switch over to the 3D glasses, which will now be in red and blue, for the benefit of the audience at home who do not have, what was it, yellow and green.
Okay, I see how this works. It was magenta and green. Okay, so direction is for this. What is that line going up? That's bottom of red, just red and black. What is that line going up? Is that like the pavement?
So I had to play a lot of teeny soft golf games for the virtual highlight article. I didn't like any of them. I'm sure most of them are fine. In fact, I've heard good things about them. But a lot of them get very elaborate with like the simulation. A lot of them are very esoteric, I'll say, to be generous to them. And others are more streamlined. Others are more simplified. Like I think like the N64 one. What is that? Camp Walalay. I don't know from golf, so I could just be talking out of my ass when trying to name that game. Anyway, I thought that one was the best of the bunch because it had the least amount of shit in it. The point I'm trying to make is that there were some old-ass games, like for the likes of the PC 98 and 88, where they were working with like limited color, with like, you know, an 8-bit color palette, maybe like 16 colors on screen simultaneously, but they made it work. With a dithering in a dream, they made it work. 4 colors is a bit of a fucking stretch. 4 shades of black and red is a bit much.
Okay, that was... Fuck.
How did that go wrong? That looked good to me.
No, I was in the rough. I've been in the rough. Now I'm in like worse rough. Yeah, where I fucked up was on that initial shot was not knowing the timing of when that thing was gonna hit. Yes, that is rough. Like hitting that thing right. I don't know if it's like one of those things where on the actual Virtual Boy it would be easier because like there's less delay, because it seems real like tight. Where am? Okay, this is. I need to change the direction for sure, just a little bit. What club am I using? Putting wedge, pitching wedge. Okay. Let me see the stance thing if I can. No. So as far as I can tell, well, no, I guess here is where I would put like top spin or backspin on it.
I would assume so. It's so hard to gather. I'm sure the manual goes into some amount of depth. I'm sure it teaches you how to be a great golfer. But
well, I put the spin I wanted on it, but I really fucked up the
you
power.
really undershot it, yeah.
Well, now I just need to really undershoot it again.
Make sure you have a putting thing, club.
No, I know what I'm doing here. I just need to be really undershoot it.
It can't be that undershot.
No, I did too much.
Like, okay, If your golf game is going to auto-adjust to give you the best tools for the job at hand, make sure it's auto-adjusting for the best tools at hand.
It technically is. This is just... The problem is the range of power, like how soon it is before it goes like too far. I think if you're just looking at this as a 0 to 100 in terms of power, that you're looking at this wrong. It's like so much sooner.
Also, there was a solve my maze redeem, but I just realized I had the Twitch alerts disabled for some reason as a source on OBS. Don't know how that happened. Huh? Oh, right.
Autopause. Hey, we finally saw it.
Finally got one in the wild.
Okay.
Yeah, really rest up before you approach this.
No, I didn't want to. God damn it.
You can press B, Nintendo B to back out, yeah.
But I hit... Oh, okay. It's not even letting me... So
yeah,
I know I have a putter then.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if I wanted to get my one wood out here and just wail on this thing and knock it into the parking lot, they should let me.
Yeah, they want to let me use a fucking hockey stick. No rule says I can't.
There we go. Like, I feel like I should have, like... I feel like the meter should have been higher than that if I wanted to hit it at 13. I feel like that is a bad meter. I do not like that meter.
Yeah, Johnny says, I think in Walale, the game I mentioned, the meter shows you where exactly on the meter the whole distance is. Most good golf games do. Yeah, not this one. Which leads me to believe this is probably not a great golf game. All right, now in 3D.
Okay, got it. All right. Yeah, not perfect to the... shit. Not perfect to the Virtual Boy, but it's...
Do you feel like you can reach out and touch the course here?
Yeah, but when I put my hands out, it's a weird color. That's disarming. Okay. Honestly, not great to look at like this.
Nah, I can't imagine it being. It's like, you know, it's a way to pretty up the UI elements, but...
Okay, so that...
And also, it's like, what does 3D add to a golf game? Where everything is governed by meters.
I mean, in terms of, like, theoretically depth, in terms of, like, seeing, like, the lay of the, especially on the green, I guess. But I feel like the guidelines do a good enough job of that. It just sconce that way. Oops.
Also, by my estimation, I think this is, having seen enough holes of this, while this follows in the typical T&E template for golf games, while it has the digitized golfer here, well, I can see like the clear delineations between the different types of turf, different types of surface you can hit. I feel like this is bespoke. I don't think this is the same foundation that ultimately leads to something like a virtual highlight. It feels like they probably had to do this from the ground up for the Virtual Boy, especially factoring in, like, you know, like the 3D DD probably meant a complete reworking of how things are rendered on the course.
Definitely not where I want to hit. Definitely not where I wanted to hit that. Blech. So I'm not particularly good at this, obviously, at the moment here.
Better than me.
However, this is an instance where just like the core mechanic of how this works, it's like I don't feel like I would want to even bother getting better at this necessarily.
Why would you? It's golf for the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, well, there are better golf games out there. Like, I feel like if I was playing a golf on the NES, I think I would be having a better time. Alright. I should be on the pitching wedge, right? Yeah, okay. What's our wind? Just
9 miles per hour inward.
I like videos I've seen of people playing like Wii golf on the Wii Sports and hacking it just so it's like the apocalypse, like 100-mile-per-hour winds.
You gotta mix it up.
All right. See, this is. I'm looking at this now and like trying to figure out, does 3D add anything to this? And the answer really is no, because like the grid does a good enough job. What would be more helpful is something you see in other golf games where the actually, I mean, even with the 3D, the grid's actually a little harder to read. But like a lot of golf games, I think maybe later than this, to be fair, but what they'll do is have like little arrows on the thing kind of moving in one direction. So it's like, this is the slope. This is kind of how it's sloping, which direction, and how fast it's going.
I want to see what it looks like to get par, so please try to hit par, and if not, I'll just rewind it, and we'll dial it in.
Okay, that was... So
this is not an official par.
Rewind me a little bit further. Wait, actually, I can hit back, can I? Yeah. I'm going to want to do that. Alright. I think maybe if I hit it up here. Oh. Yeah, rewind me a little bit.
I hate to see that. Yeah.
Just a sconch over to there. And then roughly the same power should get me there. There we are. That's what a par looks like.
And the crowd goes mild.
It's no Neo Geo golf with some guy celebrating, going like, "Yeah, all right."
Let's jump ahead to this seems like a small hole. This seems like an easy course.
It is par 3. Do you want to turn off 3D for this?
Yeah, let's turn off the 3D. I think I don't think that's adding a goddamn thing to this game. So in a running tally of, does this need to be on the Virtual Boy? The answer to this one, no.
Oh, this is, I would say this is impaired by being on the Virtual Boy.
Many such cases here on the Virtual Boy.
You want to do okay.
Oh, I see. It's very hilly. Okay.
Yes. The real goal on one of these would be to get the hole-in-one. Oh, you want to play this one, I see.
Yeah, I figure I might as well. Oh, it's so difficult to figure out, like...
Neo Turf Masters, thank you, Johnny. Like, I couldn't recall the name, but if I said Neo Geo Golf, that is also correct.
Is that going backwards? The shadow...
No, wait, yes. You don't know? Okay, no, it did not go backwards.
The perspective here is fucked!
I wonder if that's emulation?
No,
or if
this
the shadow's
is just
always
renderer. Yeah. Why am I getting no distance on this? What am I doing wrong as far as distance? I still don't understand the power gauge. Am I trying to do it in the middle? Am I trying to do it towards the top?
No. The top is full. In fact, all the way to the top is like overshooting it. So it might go a little wild if you do that. But this is the most power. It's not working great. So that was more power. You did hit in the rough. No, you didn't. You hit in the fairway. God. Okay, this is bad on this. This is a sport that functions when everything is green, not red. It really does get in the way.
Golf in hell.
You ever see like sometimes in tennis they'll have different court makeups.
Bunker?
And, like they'll be like different colors.
I'm in the bunker?
Sand trap.
Hardly know her. Fuck. I just want to cheat. I don't want to golf out of the bunker, even though I know it's... Because I couldn't tell. Like, how can you tell that's bunker? Could you tell that was bunker I was hitting into?
I could see why you would not know that was bunker. Absolutely, I can see. You did land in the bunker again.
Yeah, I can... What is the magic fucking, like, distance here that I need to hit? I want to get a hole in 2. I just want to math out, play against my instincts, and just see like what it would take to potentially.
So part of the problem is when you're hitting it on like the far right of the ball there, you're sending it to the left. So that's why you kept missing that. Okay,
Fucking whatever. Do I need to change the?
Yes, because it's at a huge angle. You can see that. It still might not be enough, but you can give it a shot. You have rewind. Yep, didn't look like it.
I'm just like I'm trying to do like the math, like how like intelligible is any of this? How much feedback is it giving you to like as a player on the actual hardware without the benefit of rewind? How many times would you need to play this game to understand its dog shit rule set?
I mean, okay. I will say I am reading this better than you are. At first glance of this game, first attempt at this game, but it's still doing like a subpar job of it.
This also looks like a very boring selection of holes here. I mean, I guess I'm unreasonable.
Was T&E like focused kind of like on more realistic golf?
Yes.
In that sense, yeah. Okay, that would make sense then.
It's because the company founders at some point got obsessed with golf, and they pivoted the direction of their company towards golf games so they could play golf when the weather was bad or whatever. I get into it in the virtual highlight article, and eventually Tokihiro Naito, lead designer of Highlight, at first he resisted the golf. At first he was like, I'm gonna keep making RPGs because that's like what sells, presumably, that's what people know us for. And eventually he just became a golfer. He couldn't resist becoming a golfer because that was the workplace culture at T&E. I like mini golf, putt-putt as I used to call it. I don't like this.
No, this isn't a good one. Well, I'll talk about it at the end of the show, but this is one that is hindered by being on the Virtual Boy.
And
significantly.
That will do it. With that said, that's going to do it for Virtual Boy Golf. I'm sorry, not Virtual Boy Golf. Just golf. Just golf. Fucking golf. You gotta zazz it up a little bit. Our next game is another sports game. It might do a little more to play into the Virtual Boy branding, for it is Virtual League Baseball, developed by Kemco and published by them as well. Another August 11th release, 1995, same day as T&E Solve Golf.
This is a game that got a lot of advertisements in like GamePro back in the day.
Because baseball games were huge at this moment in time. They like just figured out how to do good baseball. Is like in the mid '90s, going into like the next generation, really nailed it down. Like there's a couple classics for the NES, but they're primitive for what they are. You get into the SNES era, and they're starting to like incorporate digitized sprites, actual players, and then like it really hits its drive in like the N64 PS1 era. But
right, so this would be a good time to entice people to play your baseball game, which Kemco did by publishing ads that were just some dude's bare asses. The tagline was, finally, baseball without the chili farts. That's how you sell your Virtual Boy game.
Let's see if that ad makes its way into the game. Let's see if there's any bare asses to be seen in Virtual League Baseball, which is not promising that it's starting off on just a black screen. Huh. Interesting.
Maybe the game's in the right eye.
Uno momento. Stall.
Sure. I already told the ass story.
And what a story it was.
How long did the Virtual Boy last? Longer in the United States.
A little longer, by a measure of like months, yes.
Yeah. But it was like a year long at most affair, right?
Yeah, give or take.
If that.
Give or take a couple of months, yes.
Like, I don't know. I'd have to get my Game Pros again, which are in storage, but I just seem to remember, like, they really went hard on advertising, not just this game, but like kind of everything Virtual Boy related. and that just not paying off. What was it? Gunpei Yoko said, like, if you give me $100 billion trillion, I'd make the Virtual Boy a
Give
success.
or take. I think it was like 1 billion yen or 10 billion yen. It was something along those lines. Okay, I'm trying a different. I had a bad dump. I also had a bad copy of the ROM. I'm just getting a little too personal here. Yeah, I had a bad dump of the ROM, I think. So, amended. Doesn't this just make you think of baseball? This music here? Wow, I bet that would feel like it's... Well, it's not coming right. It is actually going away from you, which is... Mario Tennis had the right idea. The first thing you see in that game, when the cinematic starts, the intro, ball heading towards you. This one, ball heading away from you, and then lingering on the screen. So it is already fucked up.
Part of that might make sense in terms of, like... I don't know how an actual Virtual Boy renders 3D, but in some cases, like, the 3D looks more like it's coming out. In some cases, it looks more like it's going in. Kind of based on, like in 3DS games, you can actually set it so, like, do you want 3D to look like it's coming out of the screen or going into the screen? So depending on how the Virtual Boy does it, maybe going into the screen looks more natural. I don't know.
Maybe. So this is a global baseball game, international baseball, not just a bunch of American teams. We got USA, Canada, Cuba, Dominican, Chile, Argentina, Australia, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, India, Taiwan, Japan, France, UK, Germany, Russia, Italy, and Switzerland. Strange way to do this. But
Johnny says, Taiwan got its own flag. Nice.
Does each team have its bespoke musical cue? Hold on.
Hit me for that Canada.
National anthems. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Little remixy. Alright, so who do I want to play as here? You know, I'm on play as Japan. I know they love their baseball there. And then
talking a bit.
I want an easy win, so maybe we go against the UK. I just don't imagine them having a particularly good baseball team. I'm sorry.
Sweet land of liberty. Why do they play our song?
All right,
so I might be talking out my ass here, but I feel like most of the early baseball games, particularly like on Nintendo consoles, were all based like on Japanese baseball. So, like, you know, when they got brought over here, sometimes they would get like the MLB licenses or the MLB players license, and they'd be like, or they would like name American teams. But if I remember correctly, there's like bits of like little stuff surrounding the games that were definitely Japanese baseball.
Distinctly Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if this game does that too. This is a lot later, you know, than like an RBI baseball, though, so.
At least I hit it in my first at-bat. It may have went immediately to ground, but... Strike ass.
Tesla says, was it a baseball game that had the fake names like Steve McNichol? Yeah, I believe so.
Ooh, that's good.
Mike Truck, I think was one of them.
I'm a stand on first. That line drive.
How do you like baseball games?
No.
All right.
I don't like baseball. It's fucking boring.
I kind of wish I liked baseball games. There's not many I like. Actually, my favorite baseball game is... what's it called? Rusty's Microtransaction Mania. What's it called? Someone in chat will know what I'm talking about. The 3DS one that's not actually playing baseball. It's all mini games.
I could have gone for it. I so could have gone for it. I hesitated. But I have bases loaded right now, so... That was so clearly a ball. Yeah.
I used to like going to baseball games as a kid.
Bunt.
Oh, you got to run off a bunt. That's okay. Cool. Good job. Yeah, we didn't have any major league teams around here, so I'd only go like minor league games. I might have gone to like one major league game in my life, but I can't remember if that's a real memory or not. I might have gone to a Cubs game.
Ah, well, strike out.
I had a love of the Cubs and the Bears foisted on me as a very small child because my one member of my family, I'll leave it vague, member of my family is from Chicago. So when I was born, I was not born in Chicago, but my family was not ready to let go of Chicago. So I just had like a Cubs pennant on my wall and like a stuffed bear that had like a Chicago Bears logo. I'd never been to Chicago. I wouldn't go to Chicago for like another decade. But I don't know. I was told you're a Chicago fan in this household.
Yeah, for me it was Ohio, the Cleveland Now Guardians. So when that's the baseball you grow up with, you learn to really not care about baseball. Not a winning team. Come on.
As far as sports go, like even if the Bears stuff, I very quickly switched over to being a diehard fan of the Saints. Let me tell you, it was hard to be a diehard fan of the Saints up until about mid-2000. That was not
brutal.
A good time.
Huh? I tapped R and... Okay, I see. Yep, got it.
Yeah, you switched to...
Wow, they're just hitting every single one of my balls. And I can't gauge at all, like... how to do anything in this. I hate this.
This might be it would be better if the manual situation. Hey, you got a strike.
No, I mean, I figured out the controls. It's just that it's so sparse. The graphics, the interface, the fact that I'm pitching from here and just seeing what the batter sees, that it's not behind the mound.
This is pretty standard for a baseball game, is to have this thing. Some of them don't, you know.
Oh my god, I got stuck on the wall. I got stuck on the fucking wall. Trying to bean this fucker.
I feel like that's definitely a failing of a baseball game if they don't let you bean someone. I've definitely seen ones where like the ball will just pass through the batter. I'm like, come on.
Right down the center. I'm always awful at these screens where it comes to controlling the outfield and whatnot, and like figuring out like where the ball's gonna land relative to my tiny 4-pixel sprite people out in the distance. Mm-hmm. It's why this generation, it's why everything NES, SNES, Genesis, etc., 8-bit, 16-bit, why these games are especially fucking rotten to me, because they're so fucking tiny, because they have to zoom out to show the entire fucking field, and then it's like I'm dealing with like 2 fucking pixels trying to figure out where my fucking guy is relative to the ball.
It would be worse if it was zoomed in on your guy and you could not see anything.
Sure, but I just want the benefit of resolution. You know, it is what I crave. Again, just gonna completely miss it. Let him score another fucking point on me because I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to intercept those balls. Sundown McMoon mentioned that the Japanese version of this game has different sprite work. They're all chibi-looking characters, like on the title screen, which is an interesting regional difference. I thought there was someone on third still.
I could see why you would think that.
This is all fucking red and black.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't want to play any more of this. This is disgusting baseball.
Oh, you can beanball somebody in this game.
I'm leaving it to you. I don't want. I'm done. I don't want to fucking touch this thing. Fuck this.
All right, where am I? Okay. Oh, this.
We're never getting past this, are we? We're never getting another strike, another out against this team, are we? They're just gonna mercy rule us at this point. It started so promising with the.
No, that's. Oh wait, no, actually that was good. Hey, what? How'd you run that fast?
The batting. It started off so strong where I hit like all those balls, and then the second it switches over.
Am I just hitting the wrong button to... If I hit that. Okay.
Good technique.
Understood.
I know. I'm of the opinion. I always say that like games like this that attempt to simulate a real life thing are pointless to me when the inputs, the means of playing them are more complicated and fucking convoluted than just playing the goddamn sport in real life.
I feel like they could have, with the fact that there were 2 D-pads on this system. Everyone move and sync. But the fact that there's 2 D-pads in the system, I feel like they could have easily had a thing where you select what type of pitch you're doing before you pitch.
Did you catch it?
No.
I thought you caught it. It looked like you caught it.
I thought I caught it too. Alright, either we get an out or we get mercy ruled. It's all or nothing now. We get mercy ruled. Oh, no, wait. It has to be a 10-point difference. Of course.
I can't believe the UK is dominating the Japanese baseball team. I'm so sorry, Japanese baseball fans. I've done you dirty.
Where is it? I can't... Jesus, that is unreadable.
Well, you know what might help when we switch over? We're gonna play the next inning in 3D.
Oh, we'll play the next game in 3D at this point. Catch it. I can't tell. I cannot tell where the ball is relative to my folks. Like, I don't have the hate of baseball games that you do, but this is not a good one.
That was fucking brutal. Take a break, sports fan.
Oh, wait, listen.
A mournful rendition.
Version. Yeah. I was gonna say smooth, but not mournful, but alright. Alright. Switch me over to 3D, boss.
Just as he's about to get assaulted with the ball.
Yeah.
Whoa. Good luck. Also, I might have a bonus lined up for this game too.
Go Australia. Against
Germany.
Why
The
not?
German baseball team.
Baseball's at the Olympics, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I mean, they have everything at the Olympics, I guess.
I'm gonna trust them with the default spread here. Yep, you know best game.
Johnny in chat said, finally a sports team the UK can be proud of. W32 My Doom pointed out the UK does have another sport involving bats and balls, so I guess they have some experience. Though they're not good at that one either. Referring to cricket, I assume. Eagle Angel says, I want eye-piercing red. Well, you should have been here 5 minutes ago. We got to play at least an inning in 3D to see. Are you hitting or pitching?
No, I'm hitting. trying to get used to the timing because there's some input delay.
I mean, I figured this out somehow without the benefit of 3D. I feel like the 3D is making this worse. Giving you false confidence or a false impression of where the...
No, I'm having problems with the timing.
Now, you just do it way earlier. Just do it like a full second earlier than you're doing it right now. Not that early.
All right, rewind me. I want to actually try to see if I can get some hits in.
Okay, I'll give you this.
It could be like a parsec thing, as far as I
No,
tell.
it's the dog shit animations. It's the fact that you have to do the full follow through of the bat, which is another thing I hate about baseball games. Which is this the animation, and not just when I want to smack that ball. I get why you do that, obviously. I get why there needs to be wind up to it. But, for me, I'm someone who... I want button press to be immediate action. I don't like wind ups.
Stay on first. All right. And... I feel... Okay, let's assume that there's nothing of parsec, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is, like, a huge input delay, even between, like, when you hit and when the animation starts. Like, the problem isn't the length of the animation, it's that I hit, and I can, like, count a beat before he even starts his animation. Which makes it really hard to gauge, like, when I'm supposed to hit the ball, because I have, like, almost nothing to go off of. Because...
Yeah, usually they have, like, a box in the center screen, right? They have, like, the batter's box, some graphic, like, visual representation of, like, some way to compartmentalize and to visualize the zone.
The problem is not even necessarily that, because I have to hit so early to account for the input delay that I literally have no frame of reference of where the ball is going to go. I can't check my check my swing. Because, like, in a baseball game with better controls that works better, like, you can, like, judge, like, this is where the ball is, I think it was where the ball is going to land, so I have time to adjust if I want to swing or not. I feel like there's such a long input delay here that I just have to hope that any given ball is going to be in the strike zone.
So not good?
No. Also, 3D is adding nothing to pitching.
It isn't. Okay, this was, like, the big question for me. It was like, well, I mean, I guess for batting, I guess it would have been the bigger question.
Yeah, and like I said, it adds nothing to batting because there's such a... That's good. It adds to this. No, it adds nothing to batting because the input delay is so bad that, like, I can't judge where the ball is. I really have to swing before, like, he even pitches, before I even have a chance to tell where it is.
They're just scoring homers on us, Sharky.
Yeah, let's turn 3D off. Don't have to make the crowd at home go through all this.
And then we can finally see that home run screen in red and black the way it was meant to be seen.
Oh,
here's
yeah,
I guess Pearson red you wanted for. Yeah.
I guess it only looked proper to me. Oh, well, here's a home run.
Oh my god! What are we doing? What are you doing wrong?
I particularly hate baseball games before a certain era. Like, there are baseball games I like, but before a certain area, they're real bullshit. I totally feel like you should have been able to just catch that pop out, or pop foul, whatever.
I'm on the record as saying the only good sport in America is basketball, the only exciting sport. I don't know, I could watch a football game. It just sucks that everyone has to die to make that sport happen, right? You know, it just sucks that it's a concussion machine, a machine for shortening lives and damaging brain cells or whatever. But basketball, fucking great American pastime.
I'll say, even with the 3D, like, fielding, it doesn't make fielding any easier. It is still impossible to tell where shit is.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
That's why you dive for it.
I just like having everyone synchronized run.
That's the way they had to do it. I know, I guess I want more of this shit automated. Which I guess, you know, later games start to do as you, like, you know, really focus on, like, per character control. Home. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I get the bat one more time. Let's go home.
Now, you could bat here. I'll give you a chance.
Damn.
All right, you blew your chance. That's going to do it for Virtual League Baseball. But that's not going to do it for baseball. Because I went ahead and I procured, and even though I don't have the Japanese cover for it handy right now, what I have here is Virtual Pro Yakyuu 95. So we're going to see how that treats us, just to see if there's any major differences in this Major League game. So, you know, I'll go ahead. Same game, Japanese release.
Well, they spelled the title wrong. Real wrong.
And hey, it's all in English still, so. Ah, there we go. All right, and this is all Japanese teams now. Or, I mean, they're fake Japanese teams, I'm assuming. But,
or fake countries.
You know, who's to say? Bats.
The country of bats.
Socks. Gloves. Kickers. Soccer players? That's a soccer ball.
Charity
They can't
game.
be any good. You know, let's go ahead with the, I'll play as, the Swallows. I want to go up against the soccer players. They can't be any good, right?
Also, no themes. No individual team themes. They added that to the North American version.
And I'm just going to trust the default picks, as I always do, because I see screens like this and I get an immediate headache. I don't want to crunch fucking stats.
That as far as I'm concerned, that is for people who are way more into the weeds of the game than I am. Okay, yep, so different proportions. Good job, it said. You got a point, it says.
I'm nailing it. Yeah, whatever I had the first at bat I had in this playing the North American release, I've lost it.
There you go.
Oh, that's so out.
Can I take a swing at a literal swing at this?
Yes, absolutely.
For a sec here. My button don't work.
That was a ball, though.
None of my buttons work.
None of your buttons work.
No, I'm in the window. None of my buttons are working.
Somehow it undid it. Okay.
Okay, that's better.
I know why it undid it. It's my bad.
All right, can you rewind me before everything went to hell?
I mean,
Thank you.
That would be before the show started.
Yeah. This would be nice. This has more style to it than the other one, by virtue of
Chibis.
Yeah. I will also say, I feel like the input delay here is better on this one.
That's fucking gonna be placebo.
No. It's totally different. I don't know, maybe the pitches are like way faster than the other one, but like I can actually What is? It may not be input delay. It might be something else, but.
I don't like the black
something
helmets.
is way different. Something is absolutely different here. I'm still missing, but like I actually have an opportunity to see where the ball is going before swinging. I'm not having to swing like literally as the ball is leaving his head or hand rather. Something is different.
Johnny's saying the batting animations look faster.
Yeah, that could be it.
Something McMoon further speculating. Maybe something about the animations being incorrectly applied in the international release. Maybe there is something to be said for the redraws they did, potentially causing some sort of...
Yeah. It feels like... It felt to me like immediately like an input delay difference, but it could just be the animations are so much snappier that
speaking of snappy,
it felt like night and day. I'll say I still don't particularly like this, but this is better. This is leagues, no pun, leagues better than the previous one. Right, get it.
If you don't catch this one,
get it. How did I not catch that
what?
one? I was right under it.
You were, yeah. No kidding.
Oh, I'm not getting this one. Nope. You know what? Go home. You deserve it. Have fun. Yeah, go for it. Let's see that home run screen. Wait, that's not.
No, it has to be a home run, Sharky. It has to be a home
run. Yeah.
Well, I do
realize
want to
that as the words are coming out of my mouth.
This hits straight. The center, just give it to him. They have to try, though.
I realized
that's out of here.
As slow as possible. Yeah. See it.
That's a horrible sprite. I will say
human?
that's a bad sprite. The sleeve, in the ways like it's chonky. There's something fucked up with the tile there, to where there was just like a weird like 90-degree like chunk missing. A whole right angle cut out of that.
I need to beam the fuck out of this guy. Come on.
He keeps
knows it's
dodging
coming.
it.
Damn it.
I also want to see this, so I'm encouraging wasting time here. All right. Yes!
There we go. All right.
There we go.
Next. Oh, damn it.
I think that's gonna have
you also win you also win the game if you take out the entire other team. They kind of forfeit by default if there's no players.
That's a brilliant way to play, actually. Maybe then I'd watch fucking MLB. Maybe then I'd watch fucking baseball. If it was just a war to out the entire team with injury.
Yep.
Anyway.
Someone says real ugly pre-rendered CG on these. Yeah, but I mean, if it's the animation that's a difference between how they control, then man, this was the better one.
That being said, that will do it for Virtual Pro Yakyuu 95. Took me a minute to remember. But I will spoil something here. That is not the end of baseball. There is a prototype baseball game that we'll have to play during the prototype episode, the dedicated Protos and Obscurios episode. But that's for a later date, a later time, later episode. For now, we continue with the second wave of Virtual Boy releases in Japan with Vertical Force. We got ourselves a shmup here, released August 12th, 1995. I'm assuming that all these August releases, you know, the 11th, the 12th, they probably all came out on the same day. They probably all shipped at around the same time, were authorized for sale at around the same moment in time. So these like day distinctions probably don't really amount to much. Anyhow, this one's developed by Hudson Soft. I believe this is the first Hudson Soft game we're playing in Virtual Boy and in Virtual Insanity. I don't think they had one previous episode, so we'll see how these capable hands.
Hudson making a shmup. That's a new one.
And Hey, you know what other genre I don't much care for?
Oh yeah, I wasn't even gonna ask this time.
It's almost as if I don't like video games. It's almost as if I'm a
That's why you
fraud.
started a video game blog and a video game stream series.
Yeah. So I'll start. I'll make an attempt. An attempt will be made by me. Oh wait, Sometime McMoon's that Bomberman spinoff, that Panic Bomber. Was that Hudson Soft? That was probably Hudson Soft.
You would have owned the license.
They could have gone with Virtual Force. But no, they went with Vertical Force. Phil Temper Ratio says this was the game that got them to shmups as a kid. So that we'll try to be kind and fail at it, undoubtedly. Oh boy. Okay. Left D-pad to move, right D-pad to AI exchange. Okay. B to bomb, A to altitude. Oh, God. I can tell it's going to be one of those complex ones. Mode change. Also, going to have to point this out. Calling this Vertical Force. This is a widescreen console.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a 16 by 10 image.
Here's the thing. I think vertical means like the altitude axis.
Maybe, because I was going to say, there ain't no Tate mode for this shit.
Oh, playing a Virtual Boy in Tate mode, just rearrange your eyeballs. Yep, you can go down or up. So are you just always shooting?
No, I have to hold down R to shoot.
Okay. So that's use of the gimmick, I guess.
Oh, wrong altitude.
Is to have two vertical planes and say like, well, that's the thing.
Switched weapons. Do I have a health bar? Because I swear I took a hit there. Okay, yeah, top left corner.
Yeah.
It is
fairly. That's a really generous life bar.
Good.
Considered.
I need it because I'm not good at these types of games. I will say this is one where I can tell like pretty much straight away that this needs the 3D to like really be able to tell the layer, the altitude. I mean, I'm guesstimating based on coloration which ones are slightly darker. Use like the darker end of the palette, and I can sort of.
Mm-hmm. There's that in kind of like the general size of things, like tend to skew one way or the other if it's going to be upper or lower levels. I wonder if Hudson brought out the caravan for these. He's had trucks going around full of Virtual Boys.
That seemed easy. Mini boss, not a real boss.
Oh, maybe this isn't bespoke levels. Maybe this is just like a tour. The screen's getting a little busy now, especially when there's one color to work with.
Yeah. I'm not having the hardest time. I have an option, so that's good.
Yeah. I think right D-pad is how you control that option in some way. It might have like different modes or something. I don't have the manual in front of me, but that's.
Oh goddamn it! I was too busy putzing around with it, and I accidentally picked up a laser when I didn't mean to. But yeah.
Up by option. Oh no, it's back. This is cool looking. This boss, the way they're doing the 3D here.
Oh yeah, I just set myself up for that one, didn't I? I should have been able to tell that was a. Ha! Oh no! Beginning of the stage?
Like halfway point.
Oh yeah, the mini boss. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not still unsure, but it might just be like one progression, and each boss is like just a stage.
least you're giving me a chance to get my power-ups back. I hate when these games just spawn you in the middle of the fight that you just lost, and you're completely stock, and it's just like, well, fuck me. I'm definitely not going to get it this time. I might as well just burn all of my lives.
I feel like a lot of those will have it so that your power-ups, like, get flown out of you, so you have a chance to go pick them up again. I want to say some of the later 1940 games do that.
Automatic pause. All right, I'm giving you a turn with this. I qualified by beating one stage.
Okay, so that was a mini.
Yeah, I had a hunch because they had this screen for stage 1 at the top. I think you can, like, hold your option in reserve, potentially. Or tell them what elevation to fight at. I would definitely get that W. That's what we're stacking. So,
yep.
Yeah,
that was a bomb I just did. I remember the buttons. Yeah, this is definitely something that the 3D is going to help with once we get to that point. Okay. Ooh, I'm down there. So you do have to pay attention to, like, stuff in the environment. Like, I can't, kinda, you can go under stuff and I guess get hidden by it to some degree.
Yeah, I did notice that when you went under that, through that building. You're on laser mode now. At least they're giving you a second laser upgrade. Down, down, down. Down, you're gonna lose it. It's gone.
No, I'm aware. I mean, I lost anyway because I took a hit. And there we go. Goodbye. The background is making some of the, like, the lower level stuff kind of blend in.
Yes.
It's a little harder to see that. I like that S, please.
That might be something that the 3D helps with, though. Because, you know, that ability for things to pop, as it were.
I assume here, yes, I cannot go down when I'm above that.
I'm also just thinking about how much of a fucking mess this is going to look to me in the 3D.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why my controls were getting weird there. Those, like, spinny things on the ground are like black holes. So I was getting pulled in.
I assume they're like quicksand. I assume this was like a desert that we're flying over.
Yeah, but bear in mind that I'm flying, so quicksand doesn't necessarily make sense in that regard.
Yeah, I suppose
I mean, you're right. That is how it works. But quicksand would not apply to a plane. Or a jet or whatever. I don't like it. It seems that one hit will get rid of, like, whatever power-up you're holding. I feel like you should be able to just hold on to that until death.
You got Homan missiles on you, too. Can you, like, back up and shoot those? Or no, they just wander off screen at a certain point? Okay.
I think they just wander off screen. Actually, I can't tell what elevation they're even on. It's part of it. I'm just gonna assume that if they hit me, I take damage.
It's safe bet. They are
regardless
missiles.
Of, like, whatever elevation I'm on. This game does not need the Legend of Zelda low health thing. It's not like I can go pick up a health up right now.
Well, you did it. You got through without dying. So there's something to be said for that. All right, I'm dreading this.
Let me get the glasses on.
All right, red and blue 3D. Put on your 3D glasses now, etc., etc.
Oh, well, okay. I got these off of Amazon real cheap, and they're very short, so I have to kind of prop them up with my headphones. There we go.
I have the feeling I'm about to get a fucking headache. At least it's a more neutral stage background. I was worried it was gonna be the desert and have that level of, like, you know, detail where it's having to draw all those things twice and just not as bad. Okay, I was worried about how much like splitting of the sprites was going to.
I'll say this. This marginally makes some of the judging of depth better, but not by a lot. This is a better 3D effect than some of the other stuff we've been doing, for sure. But
you think it's just the monochrome and the 4 colors at that is just like...
Yeah, that's just a limitation that we're never going to get past on, you know, these sort of games.
Joe DeReal says, this is an alright playing game, but it's no Top Gun Mini. What is Top Gun PSP Mini? Check out our playthrough, folks. Some of the most fun we've had on the show in a minute, outside of a casual Monday or what have you.
Yeah, I'm relatively safe from the front up until, like, the... Yeah.
You know, I may not be one for shmups. Mm-hmm. At least in terms of like actually playing them. You know, I can actually appreciate them. I at least am a shmup appreciator from afar. I get it. You know, and, you know, I like a Toho, even if I can't play. You know, PTSD giving impossible game, whatever the old memes around that are or what have you. You know, I come here for the story. I come here for the characters. I'm enlightened like that. But, you know, also, like, they have banger music most of the time. I think of Don Don Pachi. Was it like that? Everyone has like Black Label as a subtitle, and it's just like fucking hardcore digital electronic fucking noise, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. This game's a little more neutral with the soundscape.
Kind of a hard time reading what those were. I'll just keep my level 2 wide shot, even though I think this is not a great wide shot, but let's see this boss. I will say, other than the music is fine. I thought that level's music was pretty chill. The sound effects, I could do without.
I would
very
mess around,
harsh.
Mess around with your right D-pad and see if you can summon an option.
Yeah. And a bomb. Alright, so they did incorporate the 3D vertical stuff into that attack, because I didn't peg it until too late, but you actually have to, like,
weave
duck
in and
under
out.
The tail thing, yeah.
I can see how they're doing it, because I can tell, like, you know, the red and blue separation here. I can tell what's in the foreground, what's in the background. Granted, I'm dedicating a lot of thought to it, which you wouldn't with natural 3D.
That came out real fast. I think we're done with that.
You're good? You're all good on that?
I think I'm good. Like, Hudson knows how to make a good scrolling shooter. You know, that's kind of their bread and butter for a while. And that is decent. That is fine. I feel like if that was on a system that had more than one color, that would be a much better game.
Sorry, I was just looking again to see if there's anything more to this game. I'm also going to say this about all these games. You know, maybe a shmup isn't the best one to make a point, this point on, but these all have the amount of depth of a Game Boy game, right? In terms of, like, no extra modes in any of these fucking games we've played. You know, the sports games give you... They're all exhibition... They did have, like, season modes in those. Granted, I'll grant that the baseball game had, like, a season mode or what have you, but, like...
Had a pennant race and etc.
And I don't know what kind of
off of
bonus mode
before we.
Yeah, we should do that. I don't know what kind of bonus mode you would put in a shmup. You know, being that they're very.
You generally wouldn't. This is absolutely standard for a shmup. Is to have just like the game.
Let's see the demo play for a second here.
No music, so you can just really appreciate the gunfire.
And the gameplay too. I mean, they're doing a bang up job of it. Boy, howdy. Just go right to the top of the screen. Yeah, that's the safest place to be in a shmup, right? I thought
maybe it's like those old like mobile game ads where they play real shitty, so that you think to yourself like, I could do better than that. I got to play this.
Yeah, that'll do it for Vertical Shootical. What's the name of this game? Vertical Force.
Vertical Force.
All right.
It's fine. I just wish it was not on the Virtual Boy.
It's good that we finally had a game that did leverage the 3D to some acceptable capacity.
And in a gameplay sense, too. It actually,
factored in.
Contributed to how you played, yeah.
And we only have... The future can only be bright after that. We're only going to go uphill from now. We're only going to continue to get games that really leverage that tech. Now, what's our next game? V-Tetris.
V-Tetris.
Now, this is a Japan-only release, as I'm to understand it, by way of Bulletproof Software, who are the minds that really made something a Tetris. So, why the Virtual Boy? Why? Why? What is this going to add?
So, Tetris on the Game Boy was a system seller, right?
Oh,
yeah, that really got people to get the Game Boy. So maybe Nintendo was like, hey, if we had Tetris on the Virtual Boy, huh?
Yeah, maybe. By the way, August 25th, 1995. So this did come out a couple weeks after the likes of the games we just played, but I'm still counting it in the second wave for the month of August. Now, I will also say...
Yes. Do you like Tetris games?
Yeah. No, I fucking love Tetris.
Right.
It's about the level of complexity I can deal with in a puzzle game. I will say that this is V-Tetris, not to be confused with 3D Tetris, which we have talked about here, as being the worst game for the Virtual Boy in my estimation. Though who knows, we might find something worse as we go through this series. But in my mind, that is the most dog shit, garbage piece of fucking trash to ever exist. So if this is just a basic Tetris with some depth of field effects in the background, it'll probably be fine. Let's find out. Whoa. I'm assuming I'm not going to have too much trouble navigating this, even if it is supposedly in Japanese. Yeah, huh? Oh, I bet the star scrolling effect is going to kill in 3D.
There he is, Mr. Tetris.
The main character of Tetris. Long may he reign.
Oh, we're back in the 70s.
Weird.
60s, even.
I guess we're allowed to see what these modes are as well. We'll start with Mode A. Don't like that.
Sounds like a different part of the same song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Or, we do have a fourth option. Silence!
And just play Simon and Garfunkel.
Let's go with Music A for Mode A.
Yeah.
Even though this was the least impressive song. Yep, level select. So far, so Trisha. Graphic type. I'm assuming one of these has the cute little clown guy, and the other one is just going to be very straightforward, basic-ass Tetris.
Realistic clown guy.
I think I may have picked the straightforward Tetris.
Also, I will be right back as you play some Tetris.
All right. Now, there's no drop preview, which is fine. And my preference is to not have holds. I like being more creative and having to solve for getting bad pieces without the benefit of holds. I like the challenge. So I do like seeing the drop preview just so I can more quickly do my drops. There's no hard drop here either, unless maybe there is, and I just no hard drop. It's just a quick drop, which is fine. If you don't have preview, then I'm not going to be messing around with the too much with the hard drops anyhow. Not the best play out the gate for me, but I'm not too worried. Some rotten luck, though. I'm just going to stack for a while. I know what I want to do ultimately, but this game seems to be really mean about the piece distribution. Okay. I'm making a piece of art here. Yeah, this is what I was waiting for this. All ye of little faith in the audience. Not quite a Tetris because it did have that gap there, but... Oh! I thought I had dropped it. I thought it was done. I thought it was stuck. I thought I was waiting for my next piece and I was setting it up. So now I'm going to have to solve for that. Whoops. That is a human error. Or is it a feedback error? Can I blame it on the game? Pepperly was asking, no hard drop, no save block. Wonder if it has the 7 bag. I don't even know what the 7 bag is offhand. That might be too complex Tetris terminology for moi. I'm going to have to stop waiting for Tetrises here. I'm going to have to stop waiting for opportunities to get 4 at once and just accept that. This game is stingy with the eye blocks. With the longs. So is this like a particularly tall playfield? Am I hallucinating that? Imagining that? There's your V. Take this V. Pepperly says, the 7 bag RNG is put one of each Tetramino in a bag and shuffle them. When the bag is empty, put them back. Okay, that makes a sense to me. I am picking up what you're laying down. Yeah, okay. I'm done trying to get Tetrises. Let's just get this board cleared and stop stacking.
Yeah, usually I would try to build like a 2 wide or 3 wide and then just like work my way down from that rather than always going for a Tetris.
So I'm warmed up so I can play faster now too. I do have to warm up when I play Tetris. I do have to remember how not remember how the game is played. I mean, it's Tetris. It's riding a bike.
Now, you were saying you were going to stop trying to go for long pieces.
Yeah, then I decided I was so close there. But I can just do this too. I mean, I'm going to...
This would be a good opportunity to... There you go.
Yep, yeah, I know.
I'm not going to backseat Tetris, but... I think my favorite version of Tetris is Tetris DS.
Yes, I
like
love Tetris
really
DS. I adore Tetris DS. Yeah. I played so much of that local play with my friend Ben, who shows up in chat sometimes as DHC Ben. And that's where he discovered that he's fucking cracked at Tetris. Was just lobbing, like, you know, just absolutely bodying me in said game. And I thought I was okay at Tetris, and then I was proven otherwise.
I think that would have like good fundamentals, good controls on it. It was like a hold system game, but I'm okay with hold system.
I don't hate hold system. I can deal with a hold system. Not even deal. Like, you know, like it's a different type of Tetris. It's at that point it is like changing the fundamentals of the game to me to be able to cheat in that way. But also, like, if you enjoy hold Tetris, I'm not gonna hold that against you.
Also, it just had so many modes to it too. Like,
yes.
So many different like ways to
gimmicky
interact
utilizations
with Tetris,
of the DS
that you really never saw again.
Have we established I know how to play Tetris? Not maybe not particularly well, but I know how to play Tetris here.
Yeah.
So we can maybe switch the mode up and see.
Sure.
I wish there was a quick way to exit. I'm just gonna, as it stands, I'm just gonna
just bomb out.
No. Oh,
nope.
Got my A and B confused.
Nintendo. Jodariel says Tetris Effect is a very good version of Tetris. I gotta be in a specific mood for Tetris Effect.
I gotta be high for Tetris Effect. I need to be like stoned out my gourd to fully
Tetris Effect is very good, but I don't think it's a substitute for just playing Tetris.
I'm gonna give you the B game.
Okay.
Maybe we'll start you at a slightly higher level.
I believe this is the mode for just what's the word I'm looking for?
Just
Clearing
solving,
out X number of lines.
Let's see, graphic type B. This is the cute mode.
Ooh, fast. Okay.
You are better at Tetris than I am, too, by the way. Just in case folk at home are curious who the better Tetris player is, it's Sharky.
Well, now I'm on the spot. Let's see. Yeah, build that like that.
I like this song.
That is pretty...
I wonder if different rounds in this have different backgrounds. If they have different art, you know, the dragon, maybe he comes and goes. Other folk hang out with the clown.
Maybe it's just like different gameplay modes have different backgrounds.
Yes, will not be a thorough exploration of V-Tetris. Just a general impression.
Leave some mystery behind. Yeah, at a certain point in my life, I stopped, like, always thinking about I need everything to be a Tetris. Just like I'll build up something that works. Like I've got more interested in like building like combos than always going for the full ass thing.
You also play that Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yeah.
And do you primarily play that as Puyo Puyo at this point in your life, or?
No, I primarily play as Tetris. I'm not particularly good at Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, neither am I. I'm dog shit at it, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a huge fan of, like, versus Tetris, though. I prefer to just kind of play just against entropy, you know? Just like, how long can I survive? I feel like once you're going against an opponent, either human or CPU, like in most of Puyo Puyo Tetris, it's like, I don't know, it's stressful. I think that's the only thing I have to say about it. It gets more stressful than I would like.
That's why I like it. I need that competition.
I like Tetris to relax, for the most part.
And I like it to stress the fuck out.
I haven't played Tetris 99 in a very long time. That's stressful. You might actually really like Tetris 99 if you played that. What I really love, though, is fucking Bombless. That game rules. I love that.
I'm gonna move chat up so we can see the line counter, by the way. Should have probably thought of that sooner, but...
I don't have a good move here. Okay. I will say, you say I'm like... yeah, I won. I'm better at Tetris. I'm still not particularly good at Tetris, though, because, like, I don't know how to set up shit like T-spins and all that. Like, I see people who are, like, good at Tetris. Like, not even, like... What's that mode? The Grandmaster stuff?
Yeah.
Like, not even that. Just... Okay.
I'm going to restart the console. And then I'm going to...
Okay.
Because I don't know what the shortcut for getting back to.
Oh, well, I just did it.
No, you paused it. You just paused. That's just the pause screen, isn't it?
No, I paused it and then hit select to go back to the main menu. Anyway, people who can like just look at the thing and go like, "Oh, I immediately know how to set up this T-spin for like 5 moves down the line." It's like I can't even begin.
Mode C. Right. It takes away music select.
I would say don't dial it all the way up, maybe.
I want these B graphics.
B for sure.
Yeah, so has this added anything to, is the 3D enhancing the experience for you think? As I play?
No. Honestly, just more distracting.
Yeah.
Because, you know, now that, like, my peripheral vision is dealing with, depth, and, hey, that's different.
Yeah, L and R, I noticed the arrows, and I'm like, would L and R do something here? Oh my god.
I get it.
Wrap
Interesting.
around.
You could
Hold on.
make...
Oops, I fucked up. I'm gonna... Let me see what I want to see here.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay. I was thinking, could you make the world's biggest Tetris by wrapping it all the way around? I don't think the game would let you... Well, no, theoretically... Theoretically, you could make a ring around the whole thing if you were just on top of, like...
Something fell in the background there, too, when I did that. Did you catch that shit?
I saw something happen. So you have a full ring around now, right?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to set up. Oh, come on.
Nope. Close. No. So
Okay, but it did drop more stuff on top of my pile over here. Also,
that's
I'm gonna deliberately whiff this.
okay.
I wanted to see if it would recognize that it has a Tetris here. No, you do have to get a scoring move for it to recognize that fully.
Okay. I understand why they have shit just drop in the background, though, because if it was just existed like this would be very easy. Because if you didn't like your board, you could just move it off to the side and go like, I'm working for a fresh plate now. So they got to give you some sort of thing to be like, hey, pay attention to the back row.
This is an idea.
It's an idea. And
It doesn't need the 3D.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Is I get why they would include this with as like a thing of like, hey, we're doing 3D, but you don't. In fact, see, with the way the 3D is working right now, the entire matrix here is flat. So the Tetris pieces in the background don't actually look like they're projecting back. There's no offset there. Like, the things that are 3D is like the matrix and the score being in front of the background, which itself has little 3D elements. So yeah, 3D adds nothing to this at all. Even though I can tell they were doing this because it is 3D.
I can see, especially the way they did you see like the way they dropped that and made like a big overhang for me to have to deal with? I can see how this mode does get like genuinely tricky with stuff like that in mind.
Yeah, you have to kind of like adjust on the fly to like bad situations.
But not a terrible mode.
No, it's not. It's probably not one I would come back to, though. All things considered. But it's an idea. I like Tetris when they come up with like a new idea and try it out.
Not much
I
to
would
say
say
about
just
it.
in terms of
Yeah.
well, I would say in terms of I'm taking off my 3D glasses, by the way, at this point.
Yeah, let me see this in 2D just to confirm what I know in my mind and my heart, which is that this is actually completely fine.
I would say in the grand scheme of Tetris, though, in terms of how, because you can really track Tetris in terms of like how it plays, like what sort of advancements they've done in terms of like basic game feel. And we're not quite at the era that I really like yet with Tetris. Like, there's a certain point in Tetris history where you have a bit more freedom with how you can, like, spin blocks that have already hit the bottom. Like, Tetris DS was wild with it, because you could basically just spin pieces forever and, like, never actually have it end.
Yes.
But, you know, this doesn't feel as strict or restrictive as, like, Game Boy Tetris did or NES Tetris. But it's, not as loose as, like, I've come to really enjoy Tetris past this. It's still good. It's Tetris. It is functional Tetris, and that is still a good game. But it's of its era, for sure.
Oh, look at those hanging blocks, though. Look at that. Just floating in midair. I don't love that.
Almost understand why that works. Almost. Again, that's another wrinkle to this mode.
Yeah, you can make a lot of clutter here. I can tell that straight away. But you
I
know,
feel like if you didn't like make this more artificially difficult, that this mode would never end.
yeah,
Although,
no, for sure.
actually, you know, it's counting up lines, not counting down lines. Again, like I said, this is I like when Tetris plays with ideas, but this is not one I would imagine like coming back to, being like, yeah, let's do some mode C.
I think that's gonna have to do it for Tetris. Otherwise, I'm just gonna play Tetris. Yeah. I think that's. Well, you know, that was V-Tetris, Japan exclusive. For some reason.
Yeah, America would not be able to
wrap their minds
appreciate
around. Yeah.
Tetris.
Okay. This next one is one of the big ones, as far as the Virtual Boy library is concerned. It's a small one, so there's only so many of these to go around. We had Mario's Tennis in the previous episode, a launch title for the Virtual Boy. There is one more Mario game to play on the Virtual Boy. It is the standalone Mario game. It is the closest to a like proper Mario game that this console got. It is, of course, Mario Clash. This is
about the same number of Mario games that the Wii U got, I think.
A September 28th release. So that you were pretty much high and dry for the month of September building up to this. Until they delivered it like right at the end. Of course, developed and published by Nintendo. Now, I have a confession for you. As far as Mario games are concerned, right? You know, I don't much care for the platformers. Not my favorite genre. You know what game I fucking love? Arcade Mario Bros. I think that's peak Mario to me, personally. Mario Clash is a kind of version of that. So, I will play this one and probably give it a more fair shot than you might expect for me, Cassidy of the Bad Game Hall of Fame, to do.
Honestly, original Mario Brothers, it feels a little too slippery to me.
I don't mind it. It's part of it. It comes with the territory in that.
I've got flashbacks to like Simpsons Arcade as that started.
Hey folks, check out our worst Simpsons games ever stream, where we play like so many goddamn Simpsons games in versions of the Simpsons Arcade too, and that to be seen.
Does this game have plot?
I mean, the bad guys take over a tower. Mario climbs the tower to thwart them.
That's still more than I expected out of Mario Clash.
Oh no, that blimp's taking a shit right on the top of the tower.
And they wave the white flag. They give up immediately. Bowser's taking over the space elevator.
Jodariel asks, where is this in the Mario timeline? Imagine a Mario timeline. Imagine Nintendo. They struggle enough with fucking Legend of Zelda, a game that has actual plot, that actually fucking, like, events should matter, theoretically.
I think I didn't watch it, but I think I saw, like, a video where someone was trying to figure out a Mario timeline. Tongue-in-cheek, to be clear. It was a joke. But I think someone did put in the effort to be like, okay, what's the Mario timeline? If Nintendo must have one in mind, so what is it?
Again, threadbare, as these games are wont to be. You can start from level 40. I believe there are 100 levels in this game. We'll just start from level 1.
How short are the levels? Because I feel like you would...
Oh, they're short.
Okay.
In example...
I'm trying to imagine 100 levels and then beating this game.
Okay. Getting used to it again. Oh, that stopped short. Oh well, this will be fine.
Yeah, I was
wondering
how far that was going to go.
So that's a level. Technical bonuses would be if I got like a combo if I hit more than one at a time, but I fucked up a very easy execution on that. This is one of the 2 Virtual Boy games I had. This and Mario's Tennis.
You can tell. Choose which side of the board you jump on?
Yeah, yes, I do. That's a technical bonus.
I'm curious about the top right of your HUD there, which says 22 mushroom. It was a higher number earlier, and it dropped once you killed those things. What is that indicating?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to check the manual for that one. Okay, here's a wrinkle. I'm going to... That didn't do anything. Boy, howdy, what do I need to do here?
I think in 3 dimensions.
With that, yep. Now I run across, and now I can kick that off. Let's do this from the background here.
Yeah, that number goes down every time you kill one.
I think maybe it's like a maximum number of things that could be spawned into this level before they...
Yeah, but the number carried over between levels.
Then I have no idea.
Next level's gonna be 20. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
So yeah, you can see how it's not just a matter of like, you know, warping, wrapping around the screen. You also, at a certain point, have to consider throwing, pitching. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it in 3 dimensions.
When the number reaches 0, a mushroom will appear.
Okay.
And, oh, here it is. You get fever time by touching a mushroom. And any shell will defeat any enemy during that. Any mistakes made will end fever time.
I'm not really going for the technical bonuses here. I also don't know how you would with enemies that you can... Oh, I know how. Okay. You would have to, like, set up multiple of them, like, in stun mode, and then knock them out while they're, like, flipped over, probably. It's, this is 3D, I guess. I guess this... I can picture this, what this would look like in the... Oh, I forgot the jump button. Oh, man, without depth, this is, okay. Yeah, without the ability to perceive depth, this is, sure to be piss easy in 3D, as a matter of fact. A pitiful performance in the bonus mode.
If you can get us to another bonus mode, which I'm assuming is just a couple of levels, you can see that in 3D. You know, I actually do have to separate again real quick.
God damn it.
Whoops, bad decision making. Wait, be right back.
Okay, I'll keep this going. There is a top layer there, so you can tell now that we're getting a little more elaborate with the pipes here. In case you're wondering how they're going to make this game like more potentially challenging, that they can and do. Oh God, that sucked. That was rough. Luckily, that Koopa's gonna save me here and give me a chance to. Do I care enough to get that one up? The answer is no. And there that goes. So, oh, wait. Oh, man. Brutal. I really thought I would sneak in behind that guy. Behind that Koopa. Alright, I know enough to stall there. Classic Mario Bros. We have the fireballs because we've taken too much time on this stage. Alright, with that Koopa coming there, I should have enough time to do this. No bonus. Never to be seen again. As this game gets more complex, I am not gonna figure out, be the one to string together full combos, full clears. Alright, we can land on that platform. Got a assortment of enemies here. They're playing around with the traditional Mario Bros. Enemy variety. You know, hold on. Let's really figure out. Let's dial this in. Having to computate for this without the benefit of depth perception. A particularly tough ask. I was not good at this game when I had this on the Virtual Boy because, again, my inability to parse this stuff stereoscopically really fucked with my ability to throw things into the foreground or at the background. It's a little easier to toss them at the background. So what I have to do is I just have to compartmentalize how wide these platforms are and sort of, like, account for, like, where things land relatively, where on this matches up with over yonder. And I just realized I don't need to pitch those ones. Those ones I should probably actually not be pitching. I should be just wrapping around the screen.
Well, I might need to see at some point how 3D affects this.
Yeah.
Friend, we're now, like, later into the game, and I don't know how to play it necessarily. But
I don't even know why I'm rewinding here. I should just accept my... Come on. One more. It sucks that these Goombas take 2 hits. That fucks with me, because Goombas should be, like, squishy. They should just be, like, one and done, in my mind. In my platonic ideal.
It looked like they had, like, a spike or something on their head, like they were wearing something.
That's just to demonstrate you can't jump on any enemy in this game.
Oh, okay.
Unless they're flipped over.
Then wait, what about the Koopas?
Okay, them you can, because you need their shells to set up. Yeah. It's a little chilly in here.
I don't think those are Goombas, because that's a fucked up looking Goomba if that's a Goomba, because they have, like, wings too. And they ain't paratrooper wings. Or para-Goomba.
Ooh!
If I saw the
did you see that shit?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's got to be it. Like, at least 1 technical point. I think that's worthy, if I do say so. If Nintendo, we'll see if Nintendo agrees with me on this one. Now, hold on. And there we go. I'm amazed I pulled that shot off. No technical bonus? Come on, I bounced them back and forth. What more do you want, game?
That is a Paragoomba, apparently. Did not look like one.
Death box. Oh! One in the background caught me off guard. They caught me lacking. They caught me sleeping on that one.
The Death Box's name is Lob with 2 B's.
So needless to say, these ones you need to pitch at. You need to play vertically. Ah, no. Now I can come around and kick it. I do feel a little bad having to cheat at this one. But, you know, we got a fucking show to do. We got to keep things moving. I want to show off just at least, like, you know, some of the weird variations and things this game gets up to. Okay.
It would probably make more sense in 3D, but in 2D, the way this room looks is almost like MC Escher-esque. Where I'm like, is that on the level of that? No, that's not.
Yeah, I just realized that it's not going to travel all the way across. Yeah, trying to computate for this space is exceptionally difficult. It must be said. With the gaps,
2D.
Trying to, like, figure out their pattern. Come on, stay in that lane. There we go. Once I get the mushroom, I'll trade off to you, and you'll struggle trying to figure this out. But it'll also be in 3D, so maybe that'll help with parsing the playfield in a way that I can't benefit from.
I kind of thought we would have had a bonus stage again by now, but oh well.
Right. This way. Up and over.
Is the lob just gonna hit you with a... No, okay.
That's gonna go down to the bottom. Right, I want to go bottom.
Can you not hit lobs from the side? That they have to be...
Yeah, most things are... Ooh. Ooh, god damn it. They keep intercepting my shots. That's definitely complicating things. Okay, I want to jump over this guy.
Okay, watch out for the lob.
Huh?
Aw.
Brutal. Can I solve this with my 0 lives? Do I have a chance at this?
Oh, okay, sure.
Fuck, whatever, cheating. Just in the interest of keeping this going. Right. If I wrap...
Oh, is that fire going to... No? Okay.
Not yet. I want to get... Nope, I'm just gonna have to kick that motherfucker for now.
There. And now the mushroom is somewhere. Got it. Fever time.
I'll take it. Kind of wish it just you could hit enemies from the side, more enemies from the side. Just as general, generally speaking, I wish they just did not have so many that you need to pitch for, that you need to account for in the and I guess verticality is not the right word for depth.
Depth, yeah.
Okay.
Depth is the word for depth.
Now I'm gonna wish you good luck with this, because as you said, at least the inputs are simple on this. It's not like you're having to account for like particularly complex controls. And if you know Mario Bros. Rules, you have a vague idea of what's going on.
Oh,
here.
okay. It's left and right. Okay.
So you got to get yourself a Koopa.
Up.
So
Okay,
that
rewind
platform
me.
is above you, yeah.
That platform's above me. Got it.
I would just jump over the platform. Not the backseat game you, but you are at a bit of a deficit here, not having had the previous stages for experience. Now, let's just see what happens if we game over here. We got the mushroom, which you know would have taken a extended number of stages to earn.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 3D Mario. They should have had a digitized bar going 0, 3, 8, 9. You want me to start from the top a little bit? Or you want to rewind me?
No, what we're going to do is...
Oh, are they in the menu? You can just say the thing. Yeah.
Stage 15. See what enemies you have to deal with. Boos.
Okay. So they go up and down. Yeah, there we go.
I wonder if you can hit Boos from the side. Maybe behind. Who's to say?
Ah.
Or, you know, like, how are you going to hit them at all, actually? That's the question.
So I have to... If I'm doing it from the foreground or the background, I just wait for them to dip down to the right place. When they're up there, I can't do much of anything. Oop. I wonder if I can't hit them from the side.
You're about to... Yep. I wonder if you just run into them straight up when they're faded out like that.
No, I think I have to hit them from the background.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was a little hard to gauge. There we go.
I will say this is a measure more complex than a... Ooh.
Sure.
Measure more complex than a Mario Bros. Maybe too complex for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least this is, like, there's variety. The different enemy types requiring different strategies. there's sort of different settings, different aesthetics for different stages. You know, the home turf of the Boos being sort of haunted housey. They're doing a lot with the very little they have on hand here.
I'm not sure if the 3 is helping me in terms of like aim with the foreground background elements. I think that's something I would just need to like get a feel for with damn it, with experience rather than being able to just parse it immediately. Like you were saying, like just kind of looking generally at like where, you know, like
You are
proportionally
relative,
where
yeah.
things are going to be.
Which is the only way I had to do it, so.
Yeah, and I think that's the only way you can do it. Like
A little more right.
At this.
Yep.
Yeah. Could you rewind me just so I can try and get something here?
Yep, a little more right. Yeah.
Can't throw it right there.
Yeah, the shining shell
gonna go.
just means that you get like extra distance on it, and it might like have like pierce to some extent. Are they gonna land on the middle platform? Oh, hey, there you go. I would not have been able to do that. No, you can just run to them, run to them, run to them, run to them. Other direction. Go through the pipe on the right.
They're far away.
Go do it. You have time.
But I can just do this.
Yep.
Bonk. There you go.
Yep. So
do I get a bonus stage?
No, you're not getting.
I know I got no
stage.
bonus anywhere, but no.
Maybe after 5 stages.
It was 4 the first time, and then we never saw one again.
Weird rules governing it, possibly. Now we got icicles, so that's another wrinkle here.
Waiting for a Koopa to come to me. Not sure if that's ever going to happen.
No, you often have to go for them. Don't bonk your head.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
well, that I don't catch it though.
Yeah, the idea of doing jump shots is completely elusive to me in this. I think that you are purely doing that with 3D. It's the only that makes that even remotely possible.
Possibly. All right. Around.
Toss that.
Yeah. Yeah. That 3 doesn't help with that. For sure.
And I think that is just like a fundamental issue with the game. And maybe it's something that comes with like, you know, just like not muscle memory, but with like just a lot of practice. There's a lot of like time spent with the game to where you can approximate and just like line it up in a sort of like mechanical, automated way.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because I was looking, I was watching one of our older Game From a Hat episode, not Game From a Hat, one of our older Chance Times.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna queue up for a bonus stage. I'm just going to.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll leave TV on then. What was I saying?
No idea.
Right, I was watching. We played Dogs of Bay, and the way that it shows like when you're supposed to hit the button is like really bad in that game. It's really unintuitive. And like I was explaining that the way I play that game is I have to kind of pay attention to the size of the screen and just intuit from other UI elements when I think I have to hit the button. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this in terms of aiming. It's like it's not apparent just by looking at it. You have to kind of intuit your own thing of like, well, I think I need to hit the button, or I need to throw it from this position if I want to hit that thing over there.
Oh, bullshit. So I would assume that would just plumb the pipe. But did you see what happened there? That because they were transitioning through the pipe, the Koopa shell that was passing through the pipe didn't hit them.
I was wondering that earlier, and I think very much earlier I saw that it doesn't do that. So yeah. That's probably for the best though, because that would also mean that you could kill yourself without ever.
Speaking of killing myself. Oh, you can jump
on the pipe.
Yep.
Maybe that's a safe zone. Kind of. You're not gonna hit that thing like that.
Fuck! You know, even though 3D is enabled, just for the benefit of folk at home, I cannot benefit from this. Even if I had the glasses, this would be... I can't see 3D. It ain't happening. So I'm at an absolute deficit trying to play this. God. You know, fuck it. I'm just gonna go around the other way.
This seems like... In particular, trying to aim at something on the, like, far ends of the platforms seems, like, particularly annoying. Because, like, the closer you are to the center, the more you can just look at it and intuit, I just throw it right here.
How would I get a technical bonus?
Break time.
Cute. I don't even know how, like, in what way you would get a technical bonus with enemies that you have to cast into the distance. Unless you're getting, like, that back forth, that ping pong thing, which seems, like, particularly difficult to pull off.
Maybe if you stun multiple of them at the same time, and then run in to finish them off.
Yeah, I mean, that would have to be it.
I don't have the manual up right now. And even if I did, I'm wearing the glasses that make me can't see.
If this doesn't get us a goddamn bonus stage, I don't know what will. Okay, here you go.
Bonus chance. All right. The 3D coins. All right.
I know Slime in chat said earlier that, you know, of the audience in attendance, Yoshi's the only one who looks like he's enjoying it. He's on the right-hand side. He doesn't... I mean, he looks tired. Peach looks very pensive. Luigi wishes it was him. He wishes he was in his own game.
3D's not super helping with this, I think.
I can see the image converge. I can see the coins, the red and the blue combine at the moment, which you can theoretically grab.
Maybe it does help. Maybe it does help a little, but I'm also looking at the shadow at the bottom of the screen. Or at the bottom of the screen, but I'm looking at the shadow underneath the thing to kind of...
I just want to torture myself
depth.
real quick.
Okay.
Again, start select. This is not resetting the console. This is a eye saver mode, or a frame saver mode of some sort, but there's nothing you can do on this select screen, just to be clear.
All right.
Unless there's like a specific per game thing that I'm just not privy to.
The thing is, some games do have their own bespoke. Go back to the main menu.
Hey, you know what? Here's my thing. Here's my bit. If you're gonna have like these games that are all very much like, you know, you'd have many reasons to want to go back to the main menu, especially in like a Tetris. If you're just like bored of this, you need to have a universal fucking button for this shit. It's fucking terrible. There's no universal like consistent shit here. It's fucking frustrating. Did the Virtual
Boy system itself have like a button on it that you could just hit?
No, not
like,
that
not the controller.
Maybe there is. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, I was legit asking. Anyway, you could probably turn the 3D off now.
Yeah, no, it's just... It's so primitive. It's such a primitive way of fucking thinking about, like, that the fact that, like, like in the era in the, of, like, the NES where every game would have, like, you know, if it had it at all, having, like, these weird things, we still haven't really, like, necessarily streamlined that shit in a way that is satisfactory to me. What does level 40 look like? I just want to see what a hard stage looks like here.
Well, it's cold.
It's good weather for... I thought that was in the background. Yeah, this seems like a nightmare. I shudder to think what stage 100 would look like.
Read the final bosses. And now that I've said that out loud, I do have to see what level 100 looks like, so I'll do that off to the side.
Johnny wants me to try start select AB plus R. That's going to be very tricky. There we go. But there we go. Man, yeah, this seems... I mean, these stages certainly get populated. There's certainly a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of things you have to be accounting for simultaneously in a way that is... probably impossible. But I don't know, this is still... Well, whatever. That's gonna do it for Mario Clash.
Okay, so... Looks like level 99, the last level, is just a bunch of ice and really fast guys with the spike on their head. And then when you beat level 99, it just goes straight to level 1.
Awesome.
So no credits.
Cool. And that's gonna do it for Mario Clash. Curious. I mean, that's the Mario game. That's if you were holding out for the Mario game, that's the Mario game you got. I mean, I can almost appreciate it. I guess we'll get to the rankings, right, and we'll flesh out our thoughts there. But like ultimately, if I was a Mario fan waiting for a Super Mario Bros. And, the game you ultimately get, not to spoil things, is Wario Land, is Virtual Boy Wario Land, is the closest you get to it. It's a fucking platformer game, Nintendo style of platformer on this console. So I don't know, I would definitely feel lacking. It is clear as fucking day that, when we did the history, we talked about how the directive from on high from, who was Nintendo's president at the time? Hiroshi?
I don't know.
I'm supposed to know this stuff off the top of my head, and I don't. Anyway, who told Gunpei Yokoi to deprioritize Mario on the system. And boy, howdy, is that directive, like, loud and clear. But I don't know. We got more games to play. And if Carmen is still bitching and moaning in chat about the way I say Mario Bros. Instead of Mario Brothers, they're going to love this next game. It's Jack Bros. Developed and published by Atlas, September 29th, 1995, so day after Mario Clash, potentially there. Again, I'm assuming these both released on the same damn day.
Do you happen to have the North American box art for this too?
Yeah, I should probably show that.
Because before you show it, I do want to say that this is a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, starring some of the lovable Jack characters. And on the Japanese box art, that's what they look like. There's Jack Frost, you got Pyro Jack, you got Jack Ripper. Americans weren't going to get that, though, because these are too cute. Americans don't like cute.
Yeah, let's see if I can cue this up. Let's see if I can fade this in over. All right, so Japanese, North American.
Yeah, that's what they look like. I mean, at least Jack Ripper's kind of close. Like, he's already a skeleton guy. But, like, I don't know. It just feels... Because it's not like they changed the in-game graphics. You look at that and you get in there, and it's just going to be like, well, these cute little things. I love these cute little things. Why did they not put that in the box?
Johnny says it is still sick art, though.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of which box art you may have wound up with, I think the game itself is largely the same, whether it's translated or not.
Just, being a Shin Megami fan and seeing it's like, yep, that's what Jack Frost looks like, I guess.
Move chat back down. I don't know what the HUD elements are going to be like in this game, but I'm also going to leave this one entirely to you, basically.
Okay. Autopause?
Every 30 minutes. An alarm will go off 5 minutes before the
minutes.
game is automatically paused.
Yeah, that's...
Considerate of them to explain all that.
I believe in North America, this is like the most rare Virtual Boy game. Am I right?
Probably. I never really kept track of game rarity stuff.
Jack Frost, Jack Lantern in this one, sure. Jack Skeleton, not Jack Ripper. I mean, hee-ho, Jack Frost.
Atlas to me is such a strange... Like, for me, Atlas, the image in my mind, is shit like Thousand Arms.
I'm sorry, can you rewind? Did I skip that cutscene?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, go on.
You know, like, I guess most people's mental image, when they think of Atlas, they think of, like, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei. I just think about the era where they were importing stuff for the PS1 and, you know, from Japan to North America, putting out releases like Thousand Arms and Rhapsody, A Musical Adventure. That's Atlas to me, baby.
They did Rockin' Cats, a.k.a. New York Yankees.
They really should have edged this up. They really should have for the North American release, to be in tune with the box art. They should have made this sick and twisted.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like this might be, like, censored regardless because they are saying fairies. I wonder if the original Japanese was demons. I wouldn't know. I don't know what the original Japanese for this one is. Hey, Pixie. Why do you live here? I thought this was the human world. Did you get stuck here? And you're just like, yeah, I just live here now. Sure. Fuck it. I missed my flight home from Japan, so whatever. I live here now.
So does all this game take place in the course of an hour in real time? Since it's 11 o'clock?
Guess so. That's about as long as your battery will last, so sure. Anyway. Well, it seems like we're back if we're already at the Forest of Fairies.
Yeah, there's another reason I don't want to play this one. This one is sickening to me.
Soul appears, jump down from there. There, right there. Blind.
Hey, Slime
Okay.
Generator in chat, you're on notice. You're the only enemy here.
Defeat them quickly. Let's be on our way. All right. I've definitely heard about this game. How the fuck do you play it? Okay.
Yeah, this perspective.
Understood.
This like 2-layer thing where you can see like the stage in the background. For me, this is the worst. To me, this fucks with my particular brand of stereo blindness in a way that is. Oof.
So I have to find. Jump down. Go there. Ooh. Is that... Are we looking at the top of Pixie's head? I'm trying to figure out how her haircut is working. It looks like her hair's covering her eyes.
Perspective is wild.
Watch out for the... Oh, goblins. Recognizable, Shin Megami Tensei enemies thus far.
You missed a key. Straight up, yeah. Here's an immediate problem. Those keys blend the fuck in.
Yep. Okay, I see where those are coming from. You guys are playing Bomberman.
The keys needed like a black outline around them. Some sort of drop shadow. Or something.
Okay. The enemy's life is made up of keys. Got it.
No, there's your health meter.
The screen orientation of it being wide like this.
It's fucking
and
horrible.
the boss being up there.
I mean, that's the Virtual Boy.
I mean, I feel like this problem could have been solved by having her on the right side of the screen.
Oh, you're fucked, by the way.
Out of time.
You got hit. Instead of taking health damage, you took time damage.
Alright, so where does it spawn me? Oh, straight up that. Oh.
You want me to rewind to the top of that? Just to skip past this?
Okay. So I think the time limit I have carries through, it carries through everything. So I had a whole ass...
You just need to not get hit. You need to make sure you keep your weapons, because when it bounces against you, you're losing power, so you really need to just not get hit. Because the amount of damage you do is negligible when you are not just fully powered up.
I don't think that's... I'm not sure if getting hit was...
I'm gonna give this a shot.
Yeah, I don't think those... I think those are more options than,
How do you shoot?
Actually, anything. Anything is shoot.
I was right. See? The options get hit. When I get hit, the option...
I don't think you're doing particularly more damage.
It's something. This is also still impossible.
I think we need to start from the top and, like, haul ass.
You do it, yeah.
Okay. I don't feel like I was lollygagging, but alright, try it again.
At least you don't need to sit through tutorials anymore. Oop.
Rewind me. I think getting hit once is a death sentence.
I mean, if that's the case, then the game balance in this is unforgivable. If it's
well, I mean,
that
we'll
exacting...
See. We'll see. I'm being pessimistic when I say that. Okay, that doesn't hurt, I think, for some reason. I mean, I made it down with a whole more of 8 seconds and, like, none of my options. Can I stand here? No.
Jesus wept.
Yeah, if you get up real close, then you just sort of cancel out her attacks.
That's the only way, yeah.
Yeah.
But even
I
still...
think I could do this if I did it, if I went back to the top of this fight.
Of this fight, specifically?
Yeah.
You don't want any options?
No, I think I can do it.
No.
You also sort of have to mash with both buttons.
How do you take damage from?
Oh, how did that hit me?
Is this awful? I get the feeling this is awful.
Yeah, this isn't... I think the problem is that it's too difficult. The timing is way too fucking strict. Yeah, that was it. If I hadn't gotten hit that one time, I would have been able to do it. No, I don't have enough time to do it right now.
God. And we could also just password to the next stage, just completely admit defeat here. But this just doesn't seem good to me at all. Like, usually in the difficulty, to me, like, those just completely narrow one-lane tracks that you're navigating, that also doesn't help. The perspective of this one makes me ill. That seeing these
perspective, the perspective isn't bothering me, and like the fact that it's narrow in one lane could be that we're on level 1 and it's just trying to tutorialize you on like, hey, this is how you move and generally what you're doing. Yeah, that timer is super tight. Like I was just saying, how maybe the layout of the level is because they're getting you to learn shit. The timer shouldn't be that strict if we're still in learning territory. And again, specifically, like, the perspective does not bother me.
Well, let's see it in 3D.
Put on the glasses.
Yep.
Okay. 1 sec. I almost bought clip-ons for these red blues, so I was like, I don't need to do that. Tomcat. Do they mean Nekomata? Okay. I mean, a tomcat isn't a girl cat,
yeah, no,
though.
That's what happens when you renaming fucking everything for your localization.
What was that tooltip, by the way? Because I was distracted. She'll attack when you least expect. Okay, I thought it was more helpful than that. And it's gonna have keys. Got it. Like, I get why they wouldn't name her Nekomata, but they just named her the wrong thing for what she is. Oh, time. Okay.
You got powered up when you got hit somehow. Just run into enemies at this point. Yep.
All right. Generous amount of time for that too.
Well, I mean, the time's got to last you however many floors here.
Watch out. I meant for the power up. Watch out for the jack traps on this floor. Okay. Don't step on spikes. Got it. I feel like if someone out there was like selling traps with my name on it, like if you could go out there and get Charky traps, I would be very worried about what enemies I must have made in my life.
Jodariel asked if the other jacks play differently. They did have different stats.
They might have technically different weapons. It might be worth taking just a brief look at, like, Jack Ripper.
Sure.
I think it's different. What do you mean? How do you hear a bow? Oh, I guess like twang. I wonder what elf was in the original. Like, which thing is elf? I couldn't tell from the portrait. Okay. Whoop.
Remember, you're invincible, so you can just run through the arrows.
Yeah, but I got stuck on a wall.
Yeah, consequence of this narrow lane bullshit, which I think is the whole game. That's outside of the boss fights. Yeah. I'm getting the distinct impression
it's
that
opening
this is
up
like
in
a Bomberman-esque type.
Yep. It's opening up in terms of like how many directions you can go, but it is narrow lanes, it seems. Oh, Sokoban.
That's what this needed. Time-wasting shit. When you're already on the fucking clock. I can see how someone might like a game like this. This seems so unappealing to me on just like a fundamental level. This is so not my type of game.
You'll be attacked by Snake. Who's Sinister Scar? Oh. It's just a skull.
There go all of your options. Maybe there's just
I don't have a lot of
shields.
options to... Yeah. Again, yeah, they're shields, so...
Good God, this...
Oh, this is...
With 4 directional control, fuck off. Like, you can't move diagonally to get away from this shit?
No, you cannot move diagonally.
It's almost as if this is a game designed with those narrow lanes in mind, and so when you open up the playfield like this, it's a fucking mistake, an obvious, like, grade school mistake. That, like, a kindergartner could have told you this sucks.
Like, in its base form, in its base, like, theory of what this is, I would be fine with this game, but it has some real control problems. It has some problems with, like, where they're framing some of these bosses. And, like, the time limit is so strict, especially that first level.
We'll password our way into the 3rd stage, so hopefully you can beat this boss. We get the password, then we'll select, Though I wonder if the passwords are character-specific. Wouldn't that be fucked? It is probably exactly what they do.
They would probably have to be, right? Because you... the way that a character select works. So yeah, actually, you could do character select and then pick Jack Ripper or something. Not character select. You could password Jack Ripper's 3rd stage or whatever.
Yes, they do have specific codes, so I can figure out... Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages in this game.
Oh, that's short.
No, I mean, whatever how many floors they have. Maybe later they go, the more... Try to get to, like, an unconscionable amount of floors. You can also play as Pixie as a bonus character. Spoiler alert.
Fuck. 20 seconds off when you get hit by that.
Yeah, fuck that. Mash buttons until we go to the main menu.
Okay, select will go fast.
Alright, so what would the next stage?
So Jack Frost had to live in Japan forever.
So that was, I'm assuming that was the Grim Reaper's cavern because these stages aren't listed in order on Game FAQs.
It could have been, sure.
Well, okay, so move it along.
Oh, it's not okay. You can probably turn off 3D now, by the way. I don't want to layer on 3D for like too long, you know.
Password.
For your own sake. As soon as it lets me, there we go.
Okay. I don't know which of these stages is going to be which, but I'm going to give you Jack-O-Lantern in the, let's say, Mecha Fortress 2827.
Whoops.
You
hand slipped.
Hopefully it shows us the world map so we can see how far off we are from level 3.
You're at the last stage. Or penultimate stage, whichever.
Whoops. Hey, Game FAQs writers, this is why you gotta put the level number in front of the level title in your fucking
No, it didn't.
cheats.
Never mind.
Yep. Same attack, but maybe different damage, maybe different speed. That seems like those were the variables.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, no. My reaction to seeing all this is nope.
Oh, time, of course.
By the way, there's a hard mode in this game as well. On the title screen, you press right 6 times, left 3 times, right 6 times. So. I shudder to fucking think.
Gives you 1 second per level. Oh, I found there's a bomb. That's what those stars are. Also, the fact that we're on floor 26, I think, tells us generally how many floors are per level. We're, you know, on floor 8 was the end of the second stage.
Yeah, so that means that
probably math that out.
4, yeah. I'm legitimately getting a headache from looking at this, by the way.
We can stop playing if it's hurting your head.
No, the show's suffering. Oh, they're still tutorializing you this late in the game. That's cute.
I think they're tutorializing you because every enemy acts differently.
Sure. Yeah, this seems, in the same way that Mario Clash was probably a little too complex for its own good. I don't know about this. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If you're trying to collect this, I don't know if this is worth the $10,000 or whatever the asking price is for it.
I think like 300 maybe. You know what? I don't know too much about this area. I'm not going to say anything for a while. Don't worry. Thanks for the update. You know, I find it charming to see the SMT crew here, but no, this isn't a particularly good game.
And also, hey, does this leverage the 3D fucking at all?
Oh, in terms of making it work better? No.
No, absolutely fucking not.
Is that gonna... Okay, I definitely need to get the tutorial for whatever that was.
You need to push a rock in the way of it, is what they're setting up there,
Yeah,
like something to block the laser.
Well, okay, I need a suck-up on it, I see.
Except that rock can't be... Oh, yes, maybe. But no, because everything is a narrow lane, now you're just gonna... Oh, wait, no. Okay. It's all coming back to me. Yep, I'm figuring it out on the fly.
Right, which means I did this one over here wrong, so I need to...
Up, you're fucked.
Yep, that just screwed.
Well, that's gonna do it for Jack Bros. You could just tank it.
That's gonna do it for Jack Bros, yeah.
Man. Brutal. Wow, you know, I think I really hate the Virtual Boy. I think this console is really fucking worthless. Is not to spoil our conclusion at the end of the series, but man, just what a pointless fucking existence for this system. What a dumb idea. Nothing leveraging this fucking hardware. Like the best games for it, the ones that get the most acclaim, because I think Jack Bros is one of the most liked games for the console, despite its rarity, and maybe because of the rarity. People, and maybe it's just because of the Atlas connection, the Shin Megami Tensei stuff. I heard so much good stuff about Jack Bros, and just seeing that in action made me want to hurl. And it also seemed to completely waste the system it's on. So I was just like, what are we doing here? Well, we got one more game tonight. I know this one actually utilizes the 3D, so we'll see how well I can manage it. It's another Japan exclusive, but this one does have an English translation patch that I have acquired. I believe the translator credits will be in the game, mercifully, because I don't remember it offhand, that's for sure. So the last game of the night, with a September 29th, 1995 release date, is Space Squash. Developed by Tomcat System, published by Coconuts Japan. This one's Pong. It's a type of Pong. It's a 3D Pong type thing, from what I recall. And I also recall the controls in this one are like stranger than you'd think. So I might need that manual or Game FAQ or something.
Oh, I don't think the manual would help, but
yeah, good point.
Maybe.
Touche. I think I played a little bit of this, and I guess I'm gonna play a little bit more of it right now. Even though I'm gonna be like honest, like I feel like dog shit right now. Not like sick. Translation by Ben and Greg. Great, good translator note, guys. I think like ever since Mario Clash, my brain has been on fire with this. This is something like some sort of switch flipped. I'll keep automatic pause on though. Why is this one so low in the mix? I don't think there's any options menu. I think I'm just going to boost the volume here. You are a member of Space Patrol, receiving an emergency signal from Animal Star. You located the secret base of Space Thieves Nightmare Group, which is involved in wrongdoing at Animal Star. You now enter the base to defeat Nightmare Group. That sure is a bunch of words. That sure is a lot of setup amounting to absolutely nothing. This is all fucking nonsense. Glad it's translated.
I don't think this guy specifically has controls. Except for like one thing, which is how you activate one of the power-ups.
Select our charger. Homing, shield, speed, shoot. I'll take shoot.
So shoot. Alright, so that's the one that they actually have a button for. Says this power allows you to hit the ball harder than normal. Press right trigger when you would normally swing the ball to swing it around and whack it hard.
Got it. Alright, so it's right D-pad to swipe at the thing. You can also block it with your body, but that's not ideal.
Is that what happens when you block it with your body?
Yes. Why is this game so low in the mix? Why did they go so light on the volume here?
Executive producer was sleeping when they made this. They didn't want to wake him up.
I hit a bumper.
I'm sure
out
that
without
the
depth,
I'm sure that the flickering sprites on the screen would not have been an issue on the actual hardware and its refresh rate.
You can't hit down unless like up is that. It's like a spike motion, and you have left and right. But if I want to get it to go down, I guess I just have to be above it, and then swipe left or right, and then just kind of hope and pray.
Oh,
you can see...
just first of 3. Okay.
I expected to win. Boo-hoo-hoo. All right. We move forward 1 tile.
Oh, gee. I did it! Woo! I finally made it.
That world map is just exhausting to look at. Give me speed. Just to believe it. I'm assuming that's like supposed to be center of the stage. This
Dino Gem awarded.
This array of
Flickering
baseball
Atos,
rejects.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how the powers in general activate. Because shoot had a button to do it. I don't know how speed activates if you like pick something up or hit something that's on the screen.
Yeah, I think there is.
Like there's those little boxes I see off in
Yes.
the upper left and bottom right.
Not that I fucking need them. The power.
The guide recommends homing.
One small step for. What's our
Very
character's name?
small step.
Petron. Yeah.
Oh, I like Rabix.
Cute character designs in this. Whatever that's worth.
You didn't get to choose your guy though, right? You're always Petron.
No. Always Petron. I thought they were going to own goal there. Oh, these are spinners.
How are they impacting things?
Not at all.
Okay.
He took
This
so many
seems-
direct hits that he blew up.
This seems playable without the 3D. At least you're managing to get it.
I'm really trying to get that item in the bottom right corner. That I could potentially show off, I don't know, one of the power-ups or something. Oh, there's one in the top
Does seem
left, too.
does seem a little hard to specifically aim for anything in general.
Yes.
Seems like you're just gonna get it if you get it. Oh, what was that one note there? That one bass.
Why, this speed yields to the stronger. How did I lose to one so slow? You know, these actually are adding a lot.
I wonder if every single space is a different character.
No, they're going to start looping them. They absolutely
Yeah, I
have
figured
to.
that would have to be the case, because there's so many goddamn things. Up, here comes power up. Full charge.
Oops.
See, you press R right before...
Yeah.
Whoops.
Hold on. There we go.
There you go.
That was just like hitting it.
Well, what it does is no matter where you are, it sends it directly to their body. So they might... They're more likely to get slapped by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy specifically says that for boss fights, that is...
Oh, I was so preoccupied with the bonus point there.
yeah.
It is really easy to lose track of the ball. I will say that.
Would you say... What do you think is, like, the main factor in that? Because I can think of a couple things.
It's the fucking monochrome color palette that makes all these games absolutely fucking rotten to play. On this console. For one thing.
I feel like...
For another, it's the fact that our character sprite is in the fucking way at all times because it's not transparent, so that like there's no seeing through it. So that if like I'm just in the way of the ball, I'm losing data by my character being on screen.
I feel like in general... Oh, you want to continue. I feel like in general, like, I had less problems with, like, Game Boy games, original Game Boy games with readability, and that is also, like, a monochrome, like, you know, 4 shades kind of deal. And I think the difference between that and the game and the Virtual Boy here is that the Game Boy kind of worked more within the limitations of being monochrome. That when you're doing all this stuff that is like really trying to be 3D, you're stretching the capabilities of what you can portray with one color.
Yeah, I think also, like, you know, the fact that developers were encouraged to get creative with it here, to push the bounds, goes against the nature of the thing. Snakeu. I think it's one of those boss fights, isn't it?
I think so. Yep. Oh, I see why I recommended homing, then. You have to hit it.
Where do I get power-ups in this stage?
Good question. I wonder if you can earn power in some way, because there's a power gauge, and that one thing you picked up just filled it up all the way automatically.
Can I move this to the
So maybe
fucking
there's something
left
you
at
can
all?
do that. I could maybe find out that information.
Let's go left. Go left. As I'm approaching this from the left. I guess it is like you have to gauge it relative in 3D space. Yeah.
I see it. I see it. If you hold down on the right D-pad, you'll charge.
Oh, well. That helps.
Now you could use homing. Yep.
I was wondering why down on D-pad did nothing as far as like hitting. Yeah, it's absolutely necessary. The entire game becomes holding down whenever you have a spare moment to.
It's like playing a Dragon Ball game. You got a key charge.
Oops, I wasted it while I was...
It doesn't look like it decays if you're not holding it down, so that's good.
Also, don't care
you
for
have
any...
2 more hits on them left.
Yeah. I do not care for any of these dual D-pad games in terms of the way they control.
Well, I'll find out for myself soon, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe I should just put on my 3D glasses in advance.
That was a snaky battle, but I myself have lost. Don't worry, we've all been there before. So that was the boss. I would assume that would be the end of the area, but there's still this one block here.
Yeah, the after party.
In a branching path. Oh,
no, I was kind of right.
I'm just gonna do this real quick.
I'm sure this flickering was not an issue on original hardware.
It'd be more of an issue than on, like, a CRT television. Remember, this is, like, lasers beaming into your eyes, so unless, like, the straight-up, like, afterglow of it was, like, so-and-so and such, this could have actually been a problem.
Part of me wants to assume that the original hardware would account for something like this, because I can't imagine this image, as is, with this effect, being, like, on screen like that, and then being like, yeah, that's alright. Maybe I'm wrong? I'm just trying to be optimistic. I'm curious how this would look. I don't think this is one of the ones that's on the Nintendo service online or even announced for it, but I'm curious how this would look on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting the full bonus on this. Are you kidding me? What if this is how you determine the path, though? How fucked would that be? That you can, like, get perfect on a world, but then you fuck up this shitty bonus game, and they're
we'll
like...
find out in a second.
Hold on, let me see something.
We won't find out.
No, I'm gonna... Sorry, no gift.
No gift.
Okay, you just
can
select.
just choose.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That is fine. That is fair. That is your cue to play.
I'm just going to area B. Versus...
Etabe, which was the first enemy of the first area.
Okay. Whoops. Okay. That kind of locked me in place.
Yes. 3D effect adding anything to this?
I mean, kind of. But I don't know if it's making it any easier. It feels like this is very playable, you know, without.
There's even the shadow on the ground, too, underneath the ball, so you could use that as an alternative mode of feedback for gauging these things. I know you hate breakouts. Does this do anything for you?
This is fine. This is more like Pong, you know?
Yeah.
Like, breakout is like... It's not the ball hitting a paddle, essentially. It is... The problem is the tedium of I just have to hit these one blocks over and over again, and I'm aiming for like such a small target at a certain point, and you just won't hit it.
Yeah, the reason why I bring it up is because the idea of like trying to deliberately aim for anything in this game seems like a fool's errand.
Yeah, but like ultimately what you're trying to hit is a huge target, which is every space that is not your opponent.
Unless you're playing the bonus game or trying to get any of the power-ups.
And at least the bonus game is a bonus. I don't even know how you would aim, necessarily, for those power-ups in the corners, though.
It's all just, like, relative to where you are and then, like, hitting it from wherever.
I'm gonna get my ass killed.
With whatever one of the approaches you have on it.
Oh, I thought I had a full charge. Okay. Yeah, I lose.
Justice is with the strong.
Am I a criminal? Am I on the run from the law? Is that the plot? Keep playing? Let me try that one more time.
Nope, you decide.
None of yet Nintendo things. Yeah.
I was gonna put
also,
you back
if
at
you
the
could
top
turn
of
the
stage.
3D off at this point.
I'm just gonna put you wherever this is.
Sure.
Wherever the fuck this is. So don't do that.
I got one round then. I think a problem with a lot of these... Okay, not a lot of these, but a problem I also had with Mario Clash, and a problem I'm having here, is that it does get harder to tell on the periphery of these things. Like, when stuff is going off to the side of the screen, it becomes, like, harder to tell positionally, like, where it is, for some reason.
I imagine
I was having that problem when it was 3D too.
I imagine that's supposed to be helped by like having the goggles on, and the periphery is there's like a zone, there's a darkness outside the periphery, right? The periphery is like more like centered in your eye. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to articulate that shit, but you know, the idea of that immersion, not having any data or information, anything surrounding that pitch darkness that envelops the whole thing, right?
How do I? Please shoot.
Pulls out a fucking gun. Oh! Invisible tiles in this one.
Ah. See? Oh! Yeah, keep doing that. As soon as I can hit it to the...
You need to move your character.
No, I was aura farming. Now he's doing it.
How many... Again, like, we saw that map. How many stages of this are there? This seems like it'd get fucking old real quick. The idea of playing this all in one sitting, because I don't think there's a password system in this either. The idea of seeing this through to completion seems not good.
Oh, well, that was an easy point.
Seems like you'd really burn your retinas out by the end of this ordeal. Shoot it.
Ah.
Let me give this
Oh,
one more.
well.
I'm gonna do one more crack at this. Yeah, it just makes it go real fast.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can
I
just...
figure homing is better on the bosses, and then shoot is better on these guys.
Possibly. Slime in chat says, well, at least the music isn't good. It's a positive.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, but yeah, the music is sort of like,
ambient.
driving me crazy.
Everything I do shows my weakness.
It's my motto.
Yep. Oh my god, look how many fucking stages. Okay, at least those would be the last then. Like Area HI. Those seem like end game. Those seem like end points. The way that these branch out. But also, I'm sick of looking at this thing. I'm sick of looking at Virtual Boy games. That's going to do it for Space Squash. Sharky. This series was a mistake. This whole series, this Virtual Boy, Virtual Insanity thing was a mistake. I hate the Virtual Boy.
Well, I mean, you know, this can't be as bad as the Kart Racers series, so there's that.
I guess not. Nothing could be as bad as Cursed Kart Racers was, but good God. Is there... There's no light in sight. I think there's like 2 titles. There's 2 more games coming up that might be like even remotely worth consideration. And they're both within next episode. So 2.5 even. That's all I have. Like, again, not to harp on it too much, but like something happened in the middle of this episode where my brain is like, it lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, I can pinpoint the exact moment. I know when it happened too. I saw it, but at least we're at the end.
Oh, you know, not quite at the end. There is one more thing.
I mean, this is the end
left for us to do tonight, which is we gotta rank them. Summon that list, why don't we? Cool effect. It's supposed to do a smooth effect there. There we go.
There you go.
So these are the games as we've rated in the previous episode, and now we have a few at the bottom here, starting with golf. T&E Soft's golf.
Oh, I know where I want to put this already on this list.
You tell me.
I would say the new number 4.
So above Teleroboxer, below Galactic Pinball.
Yes, I think Teleroboxer is worse, but I think Galactic Pinball is better.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very easy agree for me. I have no issue with that. I'd rather play the Galactic Pinball, barely, but you know. And you know, my opinion is that Teleroboxer belongs in 9th place on this list, as it stands right now. And I say that with only 6 games on the list at this current juncture because I hate it that goddamn much. But yeah, golf wasn't good.
I've been thinking about it since the last episode, and honestly, I could see Teleroboxer going below Red Alarm. Like, I think Teleroboxer was a little bit more competently done, but it also wasn't particularly fun to play, even if I could think I could get used to it.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it as is for now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bother breaking down Virtual League Baseball into the 2 constituent games, even though there was control, even though you said there was fucking control differences and that one was like a bit better than the other. Let's consider them like lump sum average those 2 together, or does visualize Virtue Kyuku, whatever the name of it was.
Okay. Here's the thing: those 2 are so different to me, though. I'm not saying that we need to split them or do both. If it was just Virtual League Baseball, the American version, I would put that. Fuck, I would put that last at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, if it was the Japanese one, I would put it like one below golf.
In that case, I'm going with the one below golf. I think I hated... Actually, no. I think I hated golf more. But... yeah, you know...
Golf, you could tell... Golf was... It still had problems being able to tell what you were doing. But Virtual League Baseball, you could barely parse what was happening on the field at any given time. There were times where, like, I was right under that ball and it just didn't catch.
I'll say this. and we're going to have this discussion further on and later on as well, but I'm also, again, considering the necessity of this being on the Virtual Boy, or what does the Virtual Boy add to these games? Golf is absolutely fucking nil, zero, nothing. That does not benefit. In fact, it is being on the Virtual Boy detracts from golf. Virtual League Baseball, I could almost see an argument for like the ball coming towards you if you're using that to calculate depth in terms of the batting. That's almost a function. That's almost, keyword almost, an idea that could leverage the Virtual Boy uniquely.
I think they're both equally useless in their 3D functions.
There's at least one theoretical, not to say that Virtual League Baseball executes on the ball depth as it comes towards you, but at least there's like...
I also have a theoretical for golf too, which I explained was like the lay system, having like the graph like that. Theoretically, that could provide like additional context by having depth there. It really doesn't. In the same way that the ball coming at you could theoretically provide information through depth, but it really doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah,
well, they both suck. All these games suck.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is all games competing for effectively last place.
Panic Bomber's all right.
I'm not so sure anymore. Virtual Force, or Vertical Force. I want to say Virtual Force because it's a fucking Virtual Boy, and that's what they should have called it, but...
Okay, I would actually put that at the top. I would put that as the best, because I think it is as a shooter game, it's fine. I think it is one of the only ones that actually utilizes the 3D on the Virtual Boy to some sort of effective means.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I would agree with that generally. Panic Bomber was best by default in a lot of just truly awful games. Mm-hmm. But this is the first one that effectively utilizes the Virtual Boy and is fine. It's not good, but it's the best of the worst.
I think if it was on something that wasn't the Virtual Boy, if it was on something, with more depth of color, I think it would have been a better game. It would have actually been decent. But for the Virtual Boy, I think this is fine. I think this is probably one of the best ones we've done, if not the best one we've done thus far.
Which brings us to V-Tetris, which...
In my mind, that falls on the same level of Panic Bomber, where it's like one of the best by default.
Yeah.
It's Tetris.
Do we put it above or below Panic Bomber?
I would put it above Panic Bomber just because I think Tetris is so classic. Tetris is just a good-ass game, and this is Tetris.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think I would put it below Panic Bomber because I like the battle Tetris of Panic Bomber slightly more, but there's probably more to do in V-Tetris. As a whole, there's more to be done. Mm-hmm. But also, fuck both these games. Fuck them because they don't have the link cable, because Nintendo got stingy and didn't put out that link cable that would have made these games like 2-player, potentially. Which would have added so much to these 3 games on the list in particular.
Virtual League Baseball.
If Tellero Boxer had a 2-player mode, that would almost be a feature. Like, imagine that in 2-player. That could have been something. Nintendo just hobbling themselves, as they so often do, as is Nintendo's fucking nature, to make counterintuitive decisions that self-sabotage them in the long run. To no effect. They do fine. They ultimately come out of it completely unscathed, so they just keep fucking getting away with it. But anyway, Mario Clash.
Okay, gut feeling right now is one above Mario Tennis, the new number 4. But I don't know if you would disagree with that or not. I didn't particularly love it. But it's one of the better ones we've done.
As the Mario Bros fan here,
mm-hmm.
It doesn't hit up the high of Mario Bros. It doesn't hit up arcade Mario Bros. To me. I would rather just go play Mario Bros. In the arcade. And if I say Mario Bros. Enough times in a row, Mario Bros., I'll give Magic Meows an aneurysm. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. Yeah, no, it's tough because I don't actually want to go back and play that ever again in my life. I don't want to go back and play any of these games, but at least I would could consider a Tetris. I might be if this is the only Tetris available to me, I play it.
It's definitely, in my mind, it's definitely below Panic Bomber. I could, I don't know. Maybe Tennis is a little better than it. I think
I would put it above Tennis. Definitely above Tennis. For me, in my mind, it's either new number 2 or new number 4. right? That's where the internal battle I'm having.
I was personally, just from playing it and how much like enjoyment I was having from these things in general, I would say new number 4.
It has complexity, it has variety. It builds on itself. It iterates over time, and it asks you to accept the challenge. And there's like skills that can be mastered in it. Tennis is flat. Tennis, you can up the CPU difficulty, and that's basically it. Tetris has variety. Panic Bomber is more straightforward. It's just the battle mode. But, you know, the CPU can have, like, different attack modes. Maybe number 3. Maybe we split the fucking difference here and say new number 3.
If you want to. I think, even though you say you never want to play it again, I also don't want to play it again. But you might have more fondness for Mario Clash than I do, and we can split it.
Yeah, and that just widens the gap between V-Tetris and Panic Bomber is what it ultimately accomplishes here. Which is strange, because I did say that Panic Bomber I would put above V-Tetris in my own personal ranking, so I don't even know what to make of this list at this point. But then I remember, like, oh yeah, all these games suck in their own unique and special way. So this is all ultimately just a flimsy excuse to have a summary at the end of the show, more than it is any sort of official ranking. But hey, we still got games to rank, including Jack Bros. For whatever reason, I fucking detested this one. I looked at this and I thought I'd rather cut my hands off.
I didn't have the visceral reaction to how it looked the way you did, but I do think it is especially bad. It is especially bad. I can't even. My love of the Shin Megami Tensei series cannot overcome how bad this game is, I think.
It's worse than Virtual League Baseball.
Man, I will say I would rather play Virtual League. No, I would rather play Virtual League Baseball. Rephrase that. I would rather play Jack Bros than Virtual League Baseball, but I still think Jack Bros is worse. I think from a design perspective, from like the way the levels are structured, from the time limit, just like from the get-go.
Oh, you're in the virtual dimension right now, boy howdy. Disconnect and reconnect if you can hear me. Well, I put some more thoughts together on Jack Bros. I think it's got to be a little higher than Virtual League Baseball. It's at least like a video game. I don't know. There's something to be said for like video game-ass video games. If you agree with me on this one, there's something to be said for video game-ass video games that feel like a video game, that aren't just like a simulation like a Virtual League Baseball is of a sport. Like sports video games like feel like a completely like different like reality to me from like traditional video games. It's something that is just like has rules and graphics and interface, and it is like not trying to be a real life thing. I don't know. It's really hard to articulate.
Well, I don't know what you're asking if I agree with you with, because I was in the process of shutting down and starting up Discord. I will say, I think Jack Bros should go full.
Fucking guts.
Is it still bad right now?
It's awful. I'm gonna drop the bitrate to 64 kilobytes per second for the end of the show, and hopefully find some satisfaction here. But fuck Discord. Try it.
All right, so I think Jack Bros should go somewhere below baseball. That's my opinion. How far below? Honestly, it could go at the bottom for all I care.
I can't say it's worse than Taylor Boxer.
All right, new number 9.
I guess I don't know. I would put it below Galactic Pinball on my list. On my personal list, I put it at number 7, accepting that all these games are garbage. Anything below Vertical Force belongs in the trash. Anything below V-Tetris. Anything below Mario. I don't know. I guess it's shaping up that these are like all fine, right? On the Curse Cartridge list, we had like, with the way it broke down, we had like good games at the top. There was like 10 of those in grand total. Then there were the acceptable games, and then like everything past number like 30 on that list was abject garbage, and we were having to find like ways to get granular about garbage. This one is and then like fuck this game, fuck this game, fuck this game, fuck this game, fuck this game territory. So it's really just like pulling no punches, and it's such a small library too that it's going to be like even more and more distinct. Just like at what point these games fall off the fucking cliff. Right now it's number 4 on the list, and it might stay that way. Space Squash.
Okay, well, the most direct comparison would be against tennis.
It's better than tennis.
Yeah. Okay. It is more involved than tennis is. There's more stuff to it by a country mile, for sure. I do have an issue with the readability of Space Squash.
I have an issue with the readability of Mario's Tennis.
I think in 3D, Mario's Tennis works better. But I will say that I think the sheer amount of variety and things that you can do in Space Squash and how much it changes things between levels is so much more than Mario's Tennis that I think it's still the better one.
It's more of a fucking video game.
Yeah, that's one way to put it in fewer words.
It's more of a fucking video game where Mario's Tennis is just a boring fucking simulation, a bad simulation of tennis that's harder to play than actual tennis. Like that's like the fall off point. Yeah,
I would still put it below Panic Bomber in my mind.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
I could be convinced otherwise.
I mean, I would put it no, I guess this is fine ultimately. Because Panic Bomber, I did kind of almost like Panic Bomber. I just wish it wasn't on the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with pretty much every game here, even Vertical Force, the one we said makes the best use of the 3D and most effective use of it, is that all of these would be better off of the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it's almost as if the Virtual Boy was a bad console.
Yeah.
It's so funny having to come to terms with this because, when I wrote that, when I wrote my pair of Virtual Boy articles, or were they a pair, or did I just do the one? I think I did two. Because obviously there's Virtual Lab.
Two. You did two.
What was the other one?
Wasn't it just the Virtual Boy?
Oh, yeah, I did the console review of it. That's why I couldn't remember that. Yeah. And, I ended it by being, sentimental about the Virtual Boy. I ended our prologue. I ended our history section by being sentimental about the Virtual Boy and being like, there was potential there. The more I play this, the more I'm like, no, there wasn't. This was garbage from the word go. This had no fucking hope, no fucking chance. It's absolutely worthless because the because the way it has the Game Boy, palette system of, having 4 different layers of color completely fucks any game that could have come out on it. The decision to go with one LED, with one color of LED, and then to not have it emit so much as a fifth layer of brightness. Just Jesus Christ, fuck you, Nintendo.
It's not purely that it is monochrome, because monochrome games in that sense can work. It's the mix of that and trying to do 3D depth. That is what kills it. Is you're taking a color scheme that could theoretically work, but then try to do too much of it to the point where there's not enough information being put across to make it functional.
Yeah. This is hell. Well, but for the sake of posterity, let's read the list of the stands right now, from top to bottom. Number 1, Vertical Force. Number 2, V-Tetris. Number 3, Mario Clash. Number 4, Panic Bomber. Number 5, Space Squash. Number 6, Mario's Tennis. Number 7, Galactic Pinball. Number 8, Golf. Number 9, Virtual League Baseball. Number 10, Jack Bros. Number 11, Telero Boxer. And at number 12, the worst game on the Virtual Boy so far, Red Alarm. Which is the most ambitious by far, mind you, the most technically impressive game on the list, but is also by some significant measure the least playable. Maybe one of the least playable games of all time, as a matter of fact.
The Cybertruck is one of the most ambitious vehicles out there, and yet...
Good God. We still have... What's 20 minus 7? 13. So 14-ish. 14-ish games to go. That means we're nearly halfway there, for what it's worth.
Yeah. We're not going to have a 23-episode series like we did last time.
Thank God for that, because I don't know how many more episodes of this I can deal with. Just right out the gate, this one is pure acid hell to me. But we'll leave more of the griping and the moaning for the next installment. So for now, I will say, folks, fuck.
Folks, it's time for Catwoman.
That's whoopsies. Yeah, I knew I forgot. Knew in the back of my head I forgot something. Let's swap these out on the fly. This is gonna be a smooth fucking effect here.
Hey, I managed to show up for Catwoman. You know. Anyway,
check out our Catwoman playthrough, folks. That's currently ongoing. That'll do it for episode 2 of Virtual Insanity, our Virtual Boy retrospective. We should take a look at the stream schedule, probably. It'd probably behoove us to plug our upcoming streams. Monday, March 2nd, new month, will bring us a new Casual Monday, the show where we play not-so-bad games, shoot the shit, etc., etc. Tuesday, still unknown. As we get closer and closer to that day, I still have not figured out what the fuck we're putting on for that show. We'll figure something out. We'll have a show on Tuesday, March 3rd. There's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Thursday, hey, speaking of Catwoman, that's episode 2 of Catwoman, our Catwoman playthrough. Argonaut Games' Catwoman. Game that killed the studio dead after Malice, which you can check that playthrough out too. So tune into that. Watch episode 1 of Catwoman if you want to see me really suffer. That one is one of the worst things we've played in a long time, and I'm saying at the end of a Virtual Boy stream. We've had some really bad games on the show recently. True to our name, the Bad Game Hall of Fame. And then as far as Saturday, just to wrap up the schedule, Saturday, March 7th, also no idea what we're playing on that particular day, so this time next week it'll probably be something. Probably like a theme night, or maybe one of our regular formats. Maybe it's time to dust off Fight Night again, or something along those lines. We'll fill it out for sure, though. And then as far as the next episode of Virtual Insanity, that will be March 14th. Saturday, March 14th. So 2 weeks from now. A bi-weekly series. So please to consider showing up for that one. That'll do it for the stream schedule. So hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, you might consider joining us on our Discord server, discord.gg/bghof. Still have that URL for the time being. I know everyone's canceling their Nitro subscriptions, but I think we're just barely hanging in enough to maintain the custom link. It's gonna fucking suck if we lose that custom link, and then all this whole backlog of hundreds of VODs we have where we're pointing to that URL are all busted. So hopefully, fingers crossed. And hey, if you join it, you can talk about bad games, good games, every game in between. Talk about things that aren't games. Or, you can join our Bad Game Club, which will be wrapping up for the month of February, where we're playing Duke Nukem Land of the Babes. We will have to find a new game for folk to play and commiserate over in the near future. We'll have an update on that, I'm sure, by Monday. We'll have already selected the game for the month and be able to start plugging that at the end of the show. If you really like what you saw here tonight, you might consider financially supporting us. Pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube, any or all of the above will grant you access on our Discord server to a Patreon Saints channel where you can vote in polls to determine our playthroughs, make suggestions to help steer the direction of the show, get access to exclusive content, mostly by way of VODs at the moment, but we're working on further offerings, and also be recognized by us, appreciated for your support of this goofy thing that we put on. Know that we know that you're helping keep the show a-running. If you can't financially support us, we completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to help us out, support the show, that is free. You can mosey on over to our YouTube channel, go over to our suggested viewing playlist, 20 hand-picked episodes on there that we think make for some of the best onboarding onto this show of ours. And potentially share those with folk that you know, who you think might go for this kind of show, this kind of 3+ hour experiment in self-flagellation that is the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Or maybe someone who's a big fan of baseball, the sport as a whole, and maybe they can agree with us that Virtual League Baseball is a bad version of that. Is not the best way to enjoy baseball. Maybe we'll find common ground, even though they distinctly recall saying that I hate baseball as a sport in the course of that. Maybe that'll turn them off. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewers. You determine what is best to share and which ones to keep buried, keep in your own personal memories. Who we raiding? Who are we going to raid here at the end of all things? You know, Dan Reichert's playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. We did mention Dan earlier in the show. And his take on the Virtual Boy. We will probably let him know that we agree. Virtual Boy sucks. And you can let him know that too. Let him know that
he might
we
be on the
agree.
final boss too, so cheer him on.
Yeah, so we will get that raid underway. Let him know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you, and so on and so forth. That will do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I have been Clash Cassidy.
I've been Vertical Charky, presented in 16:9.
Very good. 16:10 though. Close but no cigar. Wait, no, I think it actually is closer to 16:9. No, I didn't mean to. You're right. I think it is closer. It's not perfect 16:9. It's not perfect 16:10 either, but it is closer.
So our
16:9.
stream is 16:9. So.
That is, you know, okay, yeah, you got me on that one too. I'm wrong both ways on that count. I need to give my brain a rest. All right, bye, folks.
Good night, everybody.